son of a bitch.
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Because you are my friend.
Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 34 of the Super Enabler Bro Show. I'm Jason of Corpse Blood Gaming, accompanied as always by my excellent co-host, Chris from Midlife Crisis Media.
Yeah,
I'm still getting used to it, bro.
it's understandable.
The entire time I've known you, you've been Chris the Old Ass Retro Gamer, so it's just a bit of an adjustment period.
Yeah.
We got someone else with us again. The third honorary Enabler Bro Church has returned to keep tradition going.
As is tradition.
Yep.
Tradition.
Every year, at the end of the year, we all get together and talk shit about the year that has passed. And what a year it was, I think, sort of.
It's a good
You
year.
guys, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a pretty solid year for games. But I cut back a lot, so coming up to the top 5 was a lot harder than it's been the last couple of years. So I still managed, but
Disappointing.
finding games, a game being worth $90 is a stretch for me. I'm not playing that game. I found a loophole though, so we worked that out. So how you guys doing? You guys all on your Christmas vacations?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
10 days.
Hell yeah!
apparently I'm still going through puberty, so.
That's all right. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm on my vacation after tomorrow. I guess it's not really a vacation. I had that last month, but I'll have a few days off, more than I'm used to anyway. So excellent. Just got to work Christmas Eve, but it's a shorter shift than I'm used to. So it's about 3 hours shorter than the shifts I usually work. So
Nice.
I can accept it. But yeah. What's all you guys been up to? We've been playing. We've been watching. I missed you guys, even though we talk often. Not often enough, I guess.
No, I guess not.
Yeah. Well, how about we start with our guest?
Start with me?
Yeah, Church, what the hell you been up to? I mean, I miss you, even though I just went and visited you. a little bit, like a month ago.
No, things are good. Been a lot. Been going hard with the games.
Good.
Hard.
Do it.
Like 200 hours of Baldur's Gate 3 hard in the last 2 months.
Do it. More.
Dedication.
More.
Yeah, so I've been playing the crap out of Baldur's Gate 3. I already did like 100% completion playthrough. That was like my like good run. And now I'm doing the Dark Urge, which is like a different kind of additional. It just sounds
like a hornier playthrough when he's.
I'm pretty sure the original game is horny enough as it is.
I'm feeling the dark urge, bro. Yeah.
A little bit of like, maybe like blood lubrication and corpse fondling, but essentially
Pretty metal.
yeah. So I'm doing
metal lyrics.
I'm doing like
That sounds like an obituary album.
Sure. The dark, So I'm doing a Dark Urge playthrough, but I'm doing an evil Dark Urge playthrough because you can,
How dare you?
There's a different other spin to it, and the game is fantastic and deserves all the praise it gets.
Absolutely, I can second that. 100%.
And Chris will know what's up soon.
I will.
Release
The
physical cut.
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Physical cut.
I'm debating about ordering that too. 'Cause I just got it digitally, but
What?
I'll
Debating.
probably-
You better be
No,
masturbating.
kinda
The
tone
Oh!
thing that I'll
tone
be
down the
happy
clip a bit.
forthwith. Yeah.
Uh,
What's there to debate? You like owning cool stuff?
True. Lots of other miscellaneous spending, tattoos. I got to be a little bit more responsible.
Don't worry about missiles and anuses. Just
Saving for weddings and all that kind of fun stuff.
that can be put off for an extra week so you can buy that collector's edition.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Been watching. I haven't been watching much for movies, but I've been watching.
Put it on your
handful of
registry.
shows.
Put it on your registry. There you go.
Movies.
No, the physical.
Oh yeah. I don't think we'll have a registry, but
Well,
it's a good
now
idea. I'll just put somebody
start
buy
it-
me this.
I'll start it in your stead.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't been watching movies, but I've been watching much shows. Finished up Archer, 14 years. Last couple seasons got really good. There's a little when they started doing some of the alternative like dream stuff. Like some of it was hit or miss.
Yeah, I think I fell
But-
off a little bit. It's not that I didn't like it; I just kind of like forgot to keep going with it.
Yes,
They're
I have
very
a problem with that.
inconsistent with their schedule, which always makes it tough to
Wasn't
like
it like
follow
a-
these shows.
Yeah, wasn't there like a 2-year lull where they didn't have a seasons
I think
coming
there
out?
was more years than that. I can't
Oh.
remember.
Okay, because it was like on Netflix and then it was canceled by Netflix or something. don't know. I don't know. Maybe Canada is just fucked up.
we have it on FX, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on FX, and I watch it on Hulu. But no, the last season I think it's pretty good. Lots of callbacks, not to like do like the member berries stuff, but just some really good solid callbacks, and I think they wrapped it out well enough without like getting too corny with it. You know, for a show that's been running for 14 years. Highly recommend the show called Scavenger's Reign. It's an animated show. It's on Max. Various ways to watch it, but it is like one of the coolest sci-fi, like high sci-fi shows that I've ever seen about like an alien being trapped on an alien planet. Like the creatures and how this like planet functions is just like, how do people even think of this stuff? It's insane. It's like truly just fantastical with the sci-fi, and it's all like you don't even really question it just because it all like fits in the show. But it's about, you know, it's essentially like a ship, people abandon ship onto a planet, and that's all I want to say. It's great. You're muted.
I said I'll check it out. God damn it!
Please do.
My mute button works great. The exact same button for unmute, not so great. It's a double tap.
Shout out, like Max does. Whoever they put out some good like animated shows, like more like the not like adult, not porn, but you know, adult focused animations.
You lost me.
Scavenger's
Canceling my membership right now.
Yeah.
Different topic.
Primal was really good.
Yeah,
They're gonna be doing
Harley,
some
I think the only one
Primal.
I've really watched is Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but
I love Harley Quinn.
Jason assures me it's
Yeah, it's
solid.
Yeah,
I just like powered through Succession, which was it's okay. I know a lot of people were like really big on the show, but I think it's okay. Worth a watch, but
never bothered.
decent enough. It's kind of weird though. Rich people and their shenanigans. It's kind of eye opening because there's a lot of based in reality kind of stuff.
Sweet.
Kind of makes you more anti rich people. Eat the rich.
I don't need help with that. I don't like it.
Your
Is it-
shirt.
I hate thee because I hate thee.
Yeah. Your shirt. Been keeping up with Rick and Morty. New season is very good.
Yeah,
Replacement voices doesn't bother me at all.
seamless.
Is it noticeable?
Yeah, you can notice it,
Yeah,
but it's fine.
yeah,
Totally fine.
it's doable. It's
But
doable.
still funny. It's still.
It doesn't bug me as much as Solar Opposites with Corvo's new voice. I
I didn't mind that.
like Corvo's.
They explain it in 5 seconds. That's
the
all
way
they
he
had to do.
stammers. Yeah, it's explained well. Yeah, let's hope Marvel can do with Kang what they did so seamlessly.
Yeah.
Did you see my
Oh,
post
yeah.
on Twitter about it?
All these dumb. Oh, we got it. They should cancel the.
I said cast the guy that plays Black Manta to do it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, well, apparently a bunch of people were saying like John Boyega, and then he
I would
immediately
that too.
he immediately shot it down.
Yeah, no. After what he dealt with Star Wars, I'm pretty sure he's done with
He's
Disney.
like, yeah, Disney can go to hell.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I do want to shout out. I do watch a good bit of anime here and there when it's particularly high quality stuff. There is a show that is currently airing. The last episode I think just aired for the first season. It's called Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, and it is like one of the coolest fantasy shows, animes that I've ever seen because it's all focused on the story. It's very character study-ish. No tropes, no standard anime cliches, completely absent of anime cliches for the most part.
Then it's not anime.
No like, you know, tied in like Japanese history. Like it's a fully like unique fantasy setting with, you know, basic fantasy rules and whatnot, but it's just the writing and the characters phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. One of the best shows I've seen in a very long time when it comes to anime.
Oh yeah,
It's basically about like you know, elves live a long time, and it's after they defeated the Demon King has been defeated, and then essentially it jumps like 80 years ahead, and like all the adventuring party is like old and dying, and half of them are dead, and it's like how this character like copes with these changes, and it's awesome, fantastic.
being immortal sucks ass.
Yeah, I've seen Highlander.
Well, not really. It's not that sort of swing. Actually, it's more. It gives the character more introspection, but there's still like a journey that they're going on, and some other characters. The magic is really cool. Animation's fantastic. It's like super like just good, like chill. Very can't hype it enough. One of the best shows I've seen in a long time.
I gotta get caught up on shows. There's a whole bunch of stuff that Netflix added and stuff, and I just haven't been able to get to it. I was stoked for it coming out, and then it's been out, and I haven't even started. Like
Yeah, Friren's only available on like Crunchyroll or alternative sites.
we
I
have
use
that.
alternative
Yeah,
sites.
we have Crunchyroll, so we're
I'm pretty sure it's on Crunchyroll.
And now that I've gotten rid of Netflix, all the stuff I want to see is on it.
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna check out that Rebel Moon, even though I heard fucking.
They said just wait for the R-rated cut that's coming out in January.
My dad checked it out, and he said it was decent. My dad's usually pretty hard on stuff like that. Like he doesn't like Star Wars and Star Trek, oddly enough.
This is his fuck you Star Wars. So he's like, I got a Star Wars movie. They're like, don't want it, and he's like, fuck you, I'll still do it.
Well,
yeah,
I don't know.
The R-rated version's coming out next month.
Zack Snyder has like made like 2 good movies as far as I'm concerned, and everything else is not.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead remake, Watchmen. Not even, and he didn't even write them. He just directed them. Everything else,
I like the Snyder cut of the Justice League.
Yeah,
It was
Justice
pretty
League.
good.
I did like that. Okay, I'll give you that. That too.
Yes, fuck you.
I liked it. I didn't love it.
Yeah, well, I didn't ask you to marry it. But yeah, it was a lot better than the original one, that's for sure.
Oh
Which I
yeah.
never saw, thankfully.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's mostly what I've been up to. Been playing a little bit of Champions Norath. Wrapped that up not too long ago.
Sweet.
Jason and I played a little bit of X-Men Legends.
Yeah, we should have skipped to Legends too. I think that barrier we ran into at the beginning was pretty fucking. I didn't remember that. I was like, oh, these games are all. You're like, which one? I was like,
fucking
they're
levels.
all. I was like, they're all great. But then like, you know, usually you get in like, I'm pretty sure in the second one, I know definitely in the first Ultimate Alliance, once you get to a checkpoint, it revives everybody, and you don't have to pay for them. But X-Men Legends does it, so you have to like pay to revive them. And we're like, we're trying to, you know, save up reresources to level up our guys. And we're like, am I going to buy this guy back just so you can get like one shot it or
Game Shark, save us. Something. And then I played a little bit of Fallout Brotherhood with our friend Justin, which is essentially it's just Norath but Fallout.
Yeah. Would you play it on the Xbox or PS2?
PS2.
Sweet. Yeah.
On the PS3. Thanks to Chris.
Oh, sweet! I beat it. I beat that last year, the year before. It was I thought it was fun. A lot of fun. I like it. Back when I was massacring games, not wheeling and dealing the games. I mean, I'm holding on to all that stuff, but cartridge-based stuff, you notice, has disappeared. But what's Chris been up to? I bet you he's watched a movie.
I've seen a few. Saw the new Godzilla movie, -1, which was kind of fantastic. Even though the CGI was not. He walks like a robot for some reason. He's like,
there's some like Godzilla series that's running right now, or just
on Apple Plus.
Yeah,
it's
my dad's been watching
Monarch.
that. He loves that.
It's Kurt Russell. Yeah. But this one was really good. It focused more on obviously it focuses more on the human people, but they actually develop them and all that kind of stuff. So you actually give a shit when Godzilla starts wrecking stuff.
Good. I'm glad. Fuck those people.
But it was really good.
Mind your business.
I'm trying to think what else I said. I saw Five Nights at Freddy's. I wasn't too big on that one.
I did too, and my kids are fans, so they loved it. I liked it more than I thought I would, but I can't say I loved it either. But it wasn't for me.
Yeah, I did not like it at all.
It was a horror movie for kids. It wasn't for older guys. But for what it was okay. I mean, I had to buy it for Christmas, but
it's already out.
All my kids love it to varying degrees. So that was.
I've played the first game for like 20 minutes, and that's all my experience with it. So I had really no knowledge of the lore.
Well, when the PSVR is hooked up, they hog it and fight over it to play the VR Five Nights at Freddy's. So that's fun. So and my daughter must have like 60 of the plushies and what other various
child murders. Yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
They're my kids, so whatever I can gateway them into real horror.
# proud dad.
Yeah, I could gateway them into. Well, my son loves zombies.
Next up is Freddy Krueger movies because it's about child murder too.
So I've already got him. I've already got him on. I've already got him on Left 4 Dead and stuff like that because he likes zombies, and I'll get him into the harder games as his skills progress. But
makes my heart fill with joy.
Yeah. So I've been watching it. Still being a good dad. Make sure he's not watching something wildly inappropriate, but he's watched a bunch of classic zombie movies already. So
Zombie from Italy.
Yeah, he saw clips of it.
Beyond.
Yeah. But we've seen all the Return of the Living Deads. We've seen original Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. I'm starting them off with the real shit. So, I can't go. I don't want to go too realistic because he's only 7. But
I think Day of the Dead is the real nasty one.
I grew up on that stuff. Fine. Look at me. Look how it turned out.
Yeah. That's why I started watching what I'm doing. Friends with me, man. What's your problem? This guy's messed up. Yeah, but it's just cool seeing them get into shit you've been into forever. But to get them into the stuff you like, but not be pushy about it, so they don't resent it.
Yeah.
So, what else you been watching, Chris, or playing?
Saw the new Exorcist movie. That was garbage.
Blah.
That was garbage.
Not surprised.
What else did I see? I saw Thanksgiving, which is actually surprisingly entertaining, even though they took the moment from that fake trailer from Grindhouse out of the movie.
Oh, see,
with the knife in the crotch.
Come on.
They still do the thing. They still do the trampoline, but she doesn't do the splits onto it.
I'm gonna be. Until someone steals my idea and does it, I'm going to be forever kind of let down by every horror movie that doesn't have someone's kneecap get pried off by a hammer claw. I need to see someone like a friend.
I don't know. Evil Dead Rise did the whole thing with the cheese grater on the back of the cab. That was pretty awesome.
Well, I want to see someone burst through the floor and just like hammer claw someone's kneecaps off.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Or no, they just get them around the like when they're walking around the corner, they just come out and God, and they just crack. Pop that right off. do the sound even.
No.
Yeah.
I'll be the
Like
I'll be my own
same noise my knee made when I popped it out of the socket last month.
No,
Not
I still. I mean, I would like if they made all the Grindhouse trailers into movies, but keep them like that schlocky. You know?
Oh, it was schlocky. Trust me, it was. It's just that they, for some reason, I don't know if he was told that he couldn't put that in the actual movie because of the other gore in it.
Hmm.
Like it was just like a censoring thing. But
want-
like I was like, oh, when it didn't happen. I mean, the whole, like I said, the whole trampoline thing does happen. It just happens in a different way. But
I mean, I honestly,
the Black Friday scene at the beginning is worth watching the movie alone.
I've never really been much into Eli Roth stuff.
Yeah, I normally hate Eli Roth completely, but this one was actually, I want to say, probably his best movie.
Sweet.
All right,
Still not great, but I mean, it was like it's still. I'm like, okay, I'd watch it again, which I've never
my,
said
like,
when it comes to his movies
bad
before.
movie group to check it out.
Well, maybe I'll have it when you guys come to visit.
Ooh,
Sweet.
So
There you go.
we shall see. I think that's it in the way of they released The Abyss into theaters for one night
Did you
to celebrate the 4K coming out. So they played the special edition version, like the longer version of the movie in 4K in theaters, and I went and saw that, and that was pretty fantastic.
Hell yeah.
I wish they did it with True Lies though, because they're releasing that in 4K as well. I would have definitely gone to see that in the theater.
Do it now.
Yeah. Anyway, when it comes to games, I've been playing a lot actually. I kind of blew through a bunch of stuff in like October and November. Played through Star Trek Resurgence, which is made by ex-members of Telltale Games and Star Trek style of that. That was pretty awesome.
Showed it to my fiance, and she's interested. But
Oh, it's good. You can play through it multiple times and get different endings and stuff. So, played through that. Played through RoboCop, Rogue City. Played through. I've been playing through a lot of like older stuff because I got the Contra Anniversary Collection on the PS4 and the Castlevania collections on the PS4, and I was like, I should probably play through a bunch of these. I played through the OG Contra on NES. Played through the Japanese version of Contra, which has cutscenes.
Yeah.
Played through Super C, then I played through Super Castlevania 4. And then surprisingly, I've never actually beat that game before.
Yeah.
As many times as I played it, as much as I played it as when I first had the console and I first got that game, I never actually beat it.
Yeah, I think that was the first or second game I beat on that console. I was probably I'm gonna say it was probably the second because I'm almost certain I had to blast through Bloodlines.
Yeah, that's the one I'm working on now.
I just love Bloodlines so much.
Yes, I was working on the first one, got close to the end, but I was like, I'd rather just play part 4. So I popped that. I switched over to that one.
Sweet.
what are you currently playing though?
Currently, I'm playing Diablo 4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Talking
That was
with
like
Church here, I'm a little close to being done
that
with
was
second act.
pretty much like my entire spring and summer. I put 360 hours into
Did
Diablo.
Damn.
It'd take you like 3 days to fucking react to a meme I'd send. And all of a sudden I just see like 60 notifications that you liked a bunch the last 3 or 4 days. And then I'm like,
Oh yeah.
all right, now he's back into hiding.
Yeah. Okay, because yeah, when I got to play it, I was playing with friends pretty much the entire time. Most of the time, they all dropped out earlier than I did, but it's good times, good stuff.
Yeah.
Fun game.
It's weird that it's always online. Like I'll be like, I thought I was playing a single player game, and I'll see other players like walking through the towns and stuff. It's like,
You're like, get out of here.
Huh? But yeah, I'm really liking it so far.
That's solid, and I'm so excited for the expansion. Oh my god.
I installed it, but stuff just keeps coming out.
That's been the problem this year. Is like I keep on saying like I need to play that so I can play this, so I can play this, so I can play this.
You guys gotta get your priorities straight.
That's why I was cranking through so many games in like October and November. I was really
I don't know, man.
plowing through them. I beat like more games in the space of a month that I have like for 2 years.
Yeah.
I did play Baldur's Gate instead, so I think my priorities were good.
And
Priorities were sound.
So we've got the guy who's played both, and then each of us has played one or the other.
It's been installed since I got it. But
Appreciate the effort. E for effort.
Spider-Man, Baldur's Gate, RoboCop.
Yeah, see, I wanted to play that, but I'm like, wait, I'm gonna wait for the Game of the Year edition to come out.
Yeah, I'll get Spider-Man probably early next year. Basically, it's Baldur's Gate until Final Fantasy Rebirth, and then after Rebirth, I'm thinking, well,
Since now there's so many games coming out next year.
I got my pre-order in for Rebirth already. So
I really want to play Starfield too.
There's a second one out already? Jesus Christ.
Starfield as well.
God damn.
Like, first one flopped that hard, they're like, hurry, push out the second one. Well, circle there and saw it. Yeah, there's been just a solid year of stuff. I'm sure I've like beaten stuff that I forgot all about. There's been so much good stuff.
If you don't post about it, you didn't beat it.
Yeah, didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't even care.
Prove it.
I don't even care. I'm happy if people think I've retired from playing games. I don't give a shit. It got more.
I don't even know what games this guy plays because he doesn't post about it.
Yeah.
No beats.
You gotta come over and see what I'm playing. Watch me now. But yeah. Is that it for you? We playing?
Yeah, that's it.
I just want to get you.
That's it? Come on.
Well, that's all I'm going to talk about because I want to save some stuff for later.
I'm currently playing RoboCop when I can. It's amazing. I've been loving it. As I mentioned before we started, I told a friend how much I was enjoying it, and he bought it, and I think he was expecting like Call of Duty with RoboCop skins. He's like, can't get into it, bro. I was like, I don't know, man. It's made by the same people who made Terminator Resistance, and it's it's not AAA, just like Resistance wasn't, but the
double A, baby.
But the graphics are serviceable, and you can tell that these people actually have passion for the franchise rather than just like shit out a game for a franchise while we got the rights. Kind of
just like the weirdest, smallest little detail they'll bring up from one of the movies. It's just like, wow, they remembered that.
Yeah, and like one of the missions, they like recover a 6000 SUX. Shit like that, and I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that for $1. So it's been a great.
That's a trophy.
Yeah, I could not be prouder of the game. The first thing that happened, a guy ran up to me right at the very beginning of the game. That guy's dick is gonzo. Bow.
Trophy
Immediately. I was like, oh, I'm so proud of this game. Best game
because
ever.
they knew that everyone was going to do. That was the first thing everyone was going to do in that game.
Yeah,
shit someone in the dick.
They knew that you were feeling the power right away too, because they like set it up perfect, and the RoboCop theme's playing, and you just shoot the shit out of guys. I'm like, yeah. So enjoying the hell out of it when I can play it. I've been really, really fucking busy at home with just everything else. So I can't. I had an excuse to play Spider-Man at home because my boys wanted to play it. So basically, I beat that twice because I was playing it with my son, but then when he couldn't play, I was still like waiting for him. And then played, and then I'd revert to a save when he wanted to play the next time, and just gonna keep up with that. And when I knew there was some like grindy shit he would want to do in between, like get some crimes done or whatever to unlock the next story mission, I would just do that real quick and save for him, and then yeah, it's been and I've been dabbling in other stuff. I played my Backlog Roulette game from the last episode. Took me a while to get to it though, because I've been busy. Went to LA last month. That's where I got to visit church on the way down. We flew up from Minneapolis, so that was cool. And then that was that's why I'm poor. Went to LA for 10 or 12 days or something. I don't know. I didn't count. Didn't stress about it. But it was basically went on the trip I paid for in 2020. Finally made that happen. We had a credit for the tickets because COVID shut down. We're actually going to do E3 again the year after we did it, but it turns out, as per the news last week, I went to the last ever E3. So
yep,
At least that's a cool claim to fame, I guess. But yeah, we were in a totally different area of the city this time. So we did a bunch of stuff we didn't do. It's amazing how different it is just going to different, a couple blocks this way, a couple blocks that way, like how different that city can be. You can be really sketched out to like, wow, this is really cool. It can happen on the same block. We're like, wow, whoa, something horrifying is happening right there. So definitely
check out Game Dude.
No, we never got there, but we stayed on Vine, right around the corner from Sunset Boulevard, but not like too close. We were like probably like 5 blocks, and we went and walked down there and checked out some cool places. The Icons of Darkness was probably my favorite thing there, which was, they had Madame Tussauds and shit, like all the wax stuff, and my wife and I were like, that's kind of cool, but I don't need to be like, whoa, that almost looks like Nicki Minaj. I don't like Nicki Minaj, but that looks like her. Wow. And shit, that's sort of The Rock. I mean, you could have done better. I didn't. So we're like, nah. But Icons of Darkness was nothing but awesome props from kick-ass movies. Basically, like if I had money, it would be my collection. So, we walk in and there's this giant statue, like life size, of a predator choking out a xenomorph like this, and then another one's like right here at his side, and I'm like, do you think we could grab that and run real quick? And they're like, oh yeah, and then they kind of told us what it was about. We're like, wow, it's the kid.
Did you get fitted in your suitcase?
Yeah, the kid from Leave It to Beaver's collection apparently. So
nice.
he spent his money well, and they're like, yeah, you can have a little peek. Like they have a curtain and you pull it, and the first thing I saw was Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Michael Keaton Batsuits, and I was like, I don't need to see anything else. Let's fucking go. When's it start? When? Let's go. So, yeah, it was pretty awesome. We went through there, and I've never taken more pictures in a small space than I did there. I was just, oh, cool. It was everything from horror movies, like I said, the Batsuit. They had every Batsuit up to Bale. They had a bunch of the villain suits from the earlier movies. They had horror shit. They had a Hellraiser. They had a whole wall of Terminator stuff, which just about made my genitals explode. And then there's a whole Alien and Predator section, and just the coolest bunch of shit I ever seen in one space. So that was easily the best call that day. And then of course there was all types of like SoundCloud rappers, and they were trying to sell me their little bootleg CDs. And
yeah, here's my mixtape.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to get like Jimmy Kimmel's studio is like right there, and they're like, we're trying to get on Kimmel. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, man. I don't listen to rap, so even if
did you get assaulted by Scientologists like I did?
No, I didn't. But yeah, there was all types of rappers. I just had one of the CDs right here. I was going to show, but yeah, I guess I'll wait till the pickups. I don't know where it went. Maybe I threw it because it was in the way. But yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, it was fun / sketchy. And then we're like, what the hell's going on in the middle of the street here? Because I thought they were like doing some kind of road construction or something, but it was like, that like green netting they put up when they're doing construction, so like you don't get debris and shit. Mm-hmm. And we're like, oh, that sucks. Can't just like cross over if we see something cool across the street. So we just like went down a couple blocks, and then we came back, and it was actually set up for a premiere, and it was like right when the what's it called, the strike ended. So they were doing I think it was like the first premiere they were doing, and it was for that new Disney movie Wish that I had no interest in. And I was like, oh yeah, they're doing a premiere for that tonight? And they're like, yeah. And then we're like, maybe we'll like pop by. It'd be just kind of cool to see that. So it's something you see every day, even though I never even heard of that movie until that point. I was like, oh, Chris Pine's in it, and a couple other decent celebrities are in it. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool to. And I asked this lady, like, when does it start? And she's like, I don't know, sometime between 4 and 8:30. And I was like, I'm not going to stand around for 4 hours for it. So we just fuck that at that. But yeah, that was pretty fun. I think my favorite part of the whole trip, though, is I finally got to go to the Comedy Store. I wanted to go to the Comedy Store for years and years. I wanted to go last time, but they didn't really have anything that really caught my eye when I saw it. But then actually the night we got there, a couple of our favorite comedians were all there. You know, big fan of the Bad Friends podcast. And both Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee were both there, and a whole bunch of other people. David Spade did a surprise pop in. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people. So then we saw another show that we were interested in, but it sold out. But then they added a late show. So 2 days later, we went again. So
Got to saw the big guy.
yeah, Bert Kreischer. When Ron Funches was there. Andrew Santino was on that show as well.
Funches, isn't he the voice of King Shark?
Yep.
Yep.
Kumail Nanjiani was on the first night too, and the second time we were there, he came right out the front entrance. But I was talking to my wife, and I turned back, and I was like, "Damn it!" Because that day the Frozen Empire Ghostbusters trailer came out, and I was like, "I need to cement to my children that I am friends with the Ghostbusters." Because they've seen my picture with Ernie Hudson, and my son believes 100%. Like, it's going to devastate him more than Santa when he finds out that I'm not actually friends with Ernie Hudson. He's just a nice guy. Took a picture with me one time. But I was like, if I got Kumail, I'm pretty sure he's one of the new Ghostbusters. Then I'm like, yeah, I know these Ghostbusters too. You think I just know the original Ghostbusters? Like, I know them all. But yeah, so I missed it. I shouldn't have been talking to my wife. That's what I get.
See, now I wish I got a picture with Paul Rudd when I had met him, because I didn't realize he was going to become a Ghostbuster down the line.
What the fuck is Paul Rudd anyway? You could get a.
This was pre Ant-Man. This was when I Love You Man came out.
Mod.
That's good. That's a good enough reason, man. Yeah, did he pop off a piece of his dip?
Yep. I didn't even know that thing was a thing back then.
I just love Paul Rudd. He'd be like, "I love your Super Nintendo commercial, man."
Oh God! See, if I ever met Tobey Maguire, I'd be like, "You sold me on the links, bro."
Him to autograph it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He'd probably do it right across the screen too, just to piss me off.
I mean, you wouldn't be missing out.
Just get a picture and then at the bottom put get a links or suck our dinks. There we go. That's it. That's the new. It'll have a resurgence. Damn, that would be cool. I didn't know you met Paul Rudd. That's
Him
awesome.
and Jason Segel.
It's amazing. Well, would you go to like a premiere for it or something?
Yeah, they did like a pre-screening of it in Chicago, because I think the director's from Chicago originally.
Yeah. That's
So me and a bunch of my friends went and saw it, and they did like a little thing at the Q&A on stage afterwards, and someone in the audience asked Jason Segel to sing the Dracula song from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and he was like, "I can't. I need a keyboard." And you hear this person behind the curtain they were standing behind go like, "There's one back here."
That's awesome.
And he goes, you see him go,
Every
all right. So they brought it out. So actually, Paul Rudd held a microphone to the keyboard and a microphone to Jason Segel's face
That's
while
awesome.
Jason Segel did it. It was pretty rad. It's on. You can look it up on YouTube. Someone filmed it with their phone.
That is so fucking cool. Yeah, you fucked up, man. We need to get pictures. But you could get one now and be like, "This is from back then," because you look.
Yeah, this is
He doesn't age.
You owe me, bro.
He doesn't age. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's my second favorite story you've told, apart from Kratos almost beat you up.
Yeah. Oh God, Kratos and Aquaman.
Yeah. God damn.
And I can hear my mom in the back going,
God damn.
You know, I dealt with that shit yesterday because I told her when I saw my mom yesterday, and I was like, "You know, it came out today, right?" She's like, "No, Aquaman 2 came out." She went, and I was like, "I'm not going to see it with you." She's like, "Yes, you is."
She's like, get ready for the tidal wave.
Yeah. She's like, "The aliens from the abyss ain't got nothing on me."
That's good.
Like, and all the whole car ride when I got my car done.
Oh, that's the best.
No.
Oh, besides the trip and getting to see, we I don't know. I haven't really seen any movies. I saw, like I said, Five Nights at Freddy's also, but I saw the Marvels.
Yeah, I saw the Marvels.
Well, my kids, everyone else in my family went to the new Trolls 3 or whatever. But my oldest was cool and I was like, you're not just going to this so dad's like not going to a movie by himself, are you? Just like,
Pick up Troll 2
no.
for him.
Yeah, I was like, you guys didn't see the real Troll 2.
Yeah.
World Tour isn't what you're
Nilbog.
original.
Nilbog.
They're eating her.
Remember
They're gonna
Nilbog?
eat me.
Yeah.
Oh my god! So it's like, no, that's not Justin Timberlake at all. But yeah, it was. I know I didn't mind it. I liked
it way better than the first one.
God damn, people were attacking this shit.
Yeah, I know.
I'm getting so sick of people that obviously aren't actually just fans of Marvel. They're like got into it because of the movies, and you can tell when they're like, oh my god, it's just like all this, everyone's like, oh, some stuff I'll totally agree is really ham-fisted and an obvious like agenda to do stuff, but I'm like, people are way too fucking, they're as heavy-handed with that as Disney is with that shit, so it cancels it out. And I'm like, I'm annoyed with both y'all. but the Marvels was, there's only one scene I think I didn't like in the movie, and that's that planet where everyone sings.
Yeah, the musical planet.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this.
I did think it was kind of funny when they go to talk to the prince, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm bilingual.
Yeah,
I can speak. I can actually talk."
My wife was bummed that because she wanted to go see the Marvels because the Korean actor who plays that guy was I don't know what he was. Maybe he was in one of the dramas she watches or something. But she was like, "Oh my god, he's actually in like an American movie. Cool, I want to see it." And then everyone else was like, "Trolls." She's like, "Oh, don't spoil it for me." So I was like, "All right." So yeah, I found it enjoyable. I found the villain was a little forgettable, but
yeah, at least they tried to. They at least tried to develop her a little bit.
Yeah, she wasn't as one.
It wasn't Thor 2.
Oh,
or it's like, I am bad because I am bad.
I'm bad because I am mad.
Yes.
Yeah. Reasons. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I found it enjoyable. I'm not one. I don't know. I don't know if I got to tell you this or not, but I'm a pretty big fan of Marvel stuff. So I'm not one of those like every time a movie or show is underwhelming, I'm not like, it's dead. Just fuck it all. Just stop. Just stop making these. I'm just like, man, I remember when I didn't get anything. There wasn't even anything to complain about except for that I didn't get anything to complain about. I remember when I heard Spider-Man was coming out, and then I waited eight more years, and then it actually came out, and I was like, yeah. and then I had a random memory pop into my brain a couple months ago that I told you guys, and I was like, this might be the most me thing that I don't know how I forgot it, but I was so stoked on seeing it the night it came out that the girl I was dating at the time, I was like, so we going to Spider-Man tonight? And she's like, no, I'm not going to Spider-Man. I was like, oh.
Nice knowing you.
This isn't working out. And then I took her friend to it, so it was cool. So that worked out.
Booyah.
Because Spider-Man, yeah. I don't need that negativity in my life, so nip that in the bud. Yeah, so yeah, I enjoyed it. You know, the first one I think would have been a good movie, but they're like really awful 90s music taste, like killed any scene that was going to be cool. Or I was like, oh, cool. I'm trying.
How many times have to hear No Doubt?
Yeah, this would be a cool scene if I wasn't listening to No Doubt at the same time. So maybe I should have Star-Lord and just had like, there we go, and just put on some Guardians of the Galaxy music while they were fighting. Like, oh, this is what it's missing. It's pretty. I can't think of another movie where like the music is so bad in the scene that it killed the scene for me that I was like, oh, this would be cool, but I hate No Doubt. So yeah. But yeah.
Come on, Gwen Stefani's a national treasure.
Of what nation? Yeah. I will now avoid that nation. But yeah. Not much else. Loki season 2. Did you all watch that?
Hell yeah.
Sir, I just finally watched it, not like a couple weeks ago.
Friendship
So good.
Resume. Friendship Resume. You watched it.
So good.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell people like watch something and don't like it, and so then like an entire franchise is dead apparently, but like you just fucked yourself not watching Loki. If it was
You
alive,
played yourself.
if it was alive until Endgame and all that, and like you didn't see Loki season 1, like it was even better. I loved Loki season 1, and this was like 10 times better. It was so cool.
It went in interesting and unpredictable directions that I found.
That's what I want. That's what I like. As much as I like the comics, there's some things I don't want to change from the comics, but that's pretty small things. But like if they're telling a story and they tell it differently, I'm not gonna be like the comic was way better. You know, like, I don't want to be able to predict a movie I'm seeing for the first time.
It's like the big difference between. It seems like kind of recently, anyways, the difference between Marvel shows and Marvel movies, where the shows they let the creators do their thing, and the movies they focus test them to hell and
micromanage on set and shit.
Just let them make good movies.
Or like in the case of Love and Thunder, they're like, he did good with Ragnarok. We probably don't need to like check in on him, make sure he's making a good one this time. And then just
Ragnarok was a huge hit
because I love everything that.
And honestly, even Ragnarok, it took me a second watch before I got into it.
I can never remember.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
I like everything he does, but then I still haven't seen it because I just heard bad things about it.
Yeah, I mean Christian Bale was great in it.
Yeah, he's the best thing in the movie.
Everything about any scene he does is like just undercut. It's like they pull the carpet out from under him with like terrible jokes and.
I'll give a shout out to his
Stormbreaker fighting.
Yeah, I don't say cringy very often, but it was honestly some really cringy attempts at. It felt kind of like I was watching the 2016 Ghostbusters, where like everyone was tripping over themselves to be funny, and so that made nobody funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the show Our Flag Means Death. That's his show, and it's pretty funny. I
saw a couple episodes, but it is pretty good. I was meaning to like check out more of it, but yeah.
Yeah, season 2 is coming up pretty soon, I think.
Sweet. Yeah, it's on Crave here in Canada, so I just gotta remember it. I've got a list of stuff that I don't actually write down as a list that I need to actually do that with. Because I'm always like, when I got downtime at work, like sometimes there's significant downtime where I could like watch a movie, and like I've been wanting to watch Oppenheimer, and it's finally decent enough copy on the site that I watch stuff on that I could have watched it for about I don't know a month now, and I'm just like I don't have the 3 hours though because I don't want to pause that. I want to watch it all at once, so I'll probably just end up buying it. But
if you can find it, because that's been selling out everywhere.
Well, we had it for 4K and everything. I was seeing about all that shit, and I was like, not here.
And over by me, I went looking for it 3 different times, and I could not find it anywhere.
Should have hollered at you, boy.
So I got it eventually. I just bought it off the Universal website.
Yeah, well, it's usually I buy a movie after I've already seen it, but like that one, I'm like, I'm almost guaranteed to like it, so whatever. But I watched the first episode of season 2 of What If. Today I'm a day behind. They're releasing a new episode every day until the 30th. So that's awesome. That's like a family show of ours. So the only reason I'm not totally caught up with it is because of my family. So shame on them being sick and shit. I'm sick too. Like, let's watch What If. Let's just lay here and be shitty and watch
What If is the key.
Well, the proper response would be like, I'm sick too. Sick of your bullshit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe this is what if this is the cure? And then, But the first episode was great. It was what if Nebula joined the Nova Corps? And it was just a straight up Blade Runner episode, basically. And I was all there for it. It was great. I can't wait to watch the second episode. But I'll have to watch 2 tomorrow to actually be caught up. So tomorrow, today's is what if Peter Quill attacked the world's mightiest heroes or something. So we'll see. Hopefully it keeps up with the quality. I loved the first season. They don't necessarily have to tie it all together at the end, like they'll they
kind of did in the first season.
Yeah, it seemed like a bunch of separate stories, but then they like found a way to link them all at the end. And that's something different. I thought it was cool. At first, I was like, "What are they doing?" But it worked out, and I thought it was cool. But I'm a big fan of the What If comics, and they're usually just a one-off standalone story. So stoked. But besides that, why don't we talk about I don't know, the Insomnia hack? Did you guys hear about that?
I heard about it.
Yeah. So apparently, they leaked a shit ton of Wolverine footage. I ain't watching none of that. I'll be playing plenty of that when it comes out. But apparently they leaked a bunch of info about stuff too. Apparently they've got exclusive rights on the PlayStation until like 2032 or some shit with all X-Men related games. So hell yeah, as long as they keep up with the quality they've done thus far. I didn't know that Miles Morales was a flop of a game apparently, but it was a quality flop of a game, so that makes it even sadder because I thought it was shorter for sure, but it was on par with the quality of the first one. So I might be biased just because I love me some Spideys, but I thought
I liked it a lot.
great. Yeah, great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, that's what all I got to say about that. But why don't we turn this shit up a notch and talk about our top fives of 2023
Tradition
of games? So what you got? Of course, we're gonna go first with our guest.
Oh, jumping right into it. Okay.
Yeah, bud, go right for it. Attack it. Hit the ground
Good
running.
command.
Do you do honorable mention at the beginning or at the
I usually do it like before the number one.
Do.
All right.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Do.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, one of the indie greats of the year. Everybody's excited about it. Sea of Stars is my number 5. If you love Chrono Trigger, check out Sea of Stars. It's not like Chrono Trigger, but it has those vibes and
Oh, so it's everyone on Earth but Captain Algebra. Okay.
what?
Yeah, he hates it.
What?
I don't know if he hates it, but he doesn't like it.
He says he's tried to play it multiple times, and he just can't get into it. But he still has a copy of it. He's probably going to get rid of it though.
What?
Well, yeah. So
I don't think he has a physical copy because there's not physical copies yet.
a Chrono
No,
Trigger?
Chrono Trigger.
Oh, Chrono Trigger!
Yeah.
I'm fucking out of here.
Damn.
I
didn't
like
say it.
Chrono Trigger.
I didn't say it.
Jesus.
Is it because we associated with him? He's our first guest we ever
Oh my
had.
God.
What this whole podcast got canceled because of his.
Does not compute, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just got a Chrono Trigger related tattoo on my leg.
Yeah, you did. High kick.
Right there.
There you go.
Or there.
Yeah. What else? What else is that? That's a pickup.
Oh, here.
The skin.
Yeah.
pickup.
So, sorry for anybody that's just listening. We got the Normandy,
Yeah.
Mass Effect, Epoch from Chrono Trigger. That's Miria from the Guardian Legend in the ship mode. And then I got a battle cruiser from StarCraft.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna get like some sort of space background.
Space dip.
But yeah, Chrono Trigger, man, come on.
Yeah. I'm in agreement. I think that
Come on.
out of all the games I sold this year, I think that one might have been the one that hurt the most. Even though I did
light it up. It's
even
over
though I-
there. Right
even though I
there.
sold it twice. I sold it
Chrono
twice.
Trigger.
I sold one to Chris. I
Yep.
sold one to the internet. But I still
Well,
have,
you got an excuse. It's not like you hate it though. You
Yeah.
love it, and you
Yeah.
don't need the physical.
Yeah, I got it right here. It's on
As I
the,
say, you got it on the PlayStation 1 probably. So
That's a good version.
I'd say probably the best version. Man, that's a tough. Well, I'd say the 3DS version is probably the best version, just because you don't get the load times
Good
that the
news for
PlayStation
Chris.
1
Play it on PS3.
and
how you doing?
Play it on PS3 like I'm not bitch.
and it has what
So play it on the PS3 like a not bitch.
PS3.
Yeah, PS3 plays one. PS1.
Oh yeah. Sorry, no 3DS because it also has a new ending, which is really cool. Because kind of ties in some Chrono Universe stuff.
Like the
but
dungeon
it has a new dungeon that sucks. It's awful. Like it completely misses the point of everything about the game, and it's all just back and forth fetch questy things. Terrible. Don't do the new dungeon. It's in 10 million BC. Just don't do it. But do everything else.
You've been warned, Chris.
I'll probably forget it by the time I get around to playing it.
Or just play the Super Nintendo version.
Don't have it.
Or just play the PlayStation 1 version.
Got that one.
Or you can emulate it.
Or no.
We got it. Just play
God damn, that game was amazing.
Doesn't matter how you play it as long as you actually enjoy it. All right, sorry, I wasn't trying to start a top 5 enemies of the podcast.
Chrono Trigger. All right, yeah. So Sea of Stars it's just in the spirit. You know, it's not a ripoff of Chrono Trigger by any means. It's like doing its own thing, but it definitely like picks up some style, and it. There's been some other comparisons to some other games, like some of the Golden Sun games, and
those are quality too. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, just look at it. It's pretty much across the board. It's like indie game of the year. The team put a ton of like heart and soul into it. Like, been working on it for years. It looks great, plays great, music's great. Has Mitsuda, who did some music for Chrono Trigger, did a few songs in Sea of Stars, and the combat itself is like, I feel for turn-based RPG, it's like the next evolution of like why didn't they think of this like 25 years ago? Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, there's ones that just, even like when you play an old game that you just didn't get time to play back then or whatever, you just kind of discover it later on, and you play it and you're like, why aren't there more games that do this? This is great. Did nobody play this? Like, am I the first person in history to actually play this game? Like, why is, I noticed that with a couple of PS1 games.
Yeah,
like, this is fantastic. Why aren't more games doing this shit?
Yeah. And Sea of Stars was a Kickstarter that I backed too, so I'm like really excited. I got my name in the credits. Not that it accounts for a goddamn thing, but it's like, hey, this awesome game, I helped create it. It's barely, not really, but I did.
Is there a ship?
And it's amazing.
One? Is there a ship in that one?
There is a ship. It's like a boat ship.
Get your right leg out.
Left leg. My right leg gets got that. Yeah, so that was my number 5. Which you guys got?
What you got, Chris?
My number 5 is, because I haven't finished the game yet, I'm putting it at number 5, so I can't completely judge.
Oh my God, Chris!
Diablo 4.
That's it.
If I had beaten it, maybe it would be higher up on the list, but since I'm still in the middle of playing it, oh shit, we lost them again. I absolutely love the third one, so I was looking forward to this. It plays and feels almost exactly the same as the third one, to be honest, but the story is really, really cool, and I like the fact that I think I played as a monk in part 3, and I was like so fucking overpowered at the end of that game. Like, the end boss was just a cakewalk. Mm-hmm. Like, I just stood there. I don't even remember taking damage, just punching the shit out of him and done. So I picked a necromancer for my current playthrough. It's just completely different tactic style. And it's really, really fun. And then all the different ways you can evolve your character with your skill tree and all that, and the different ways you can attack. It's crazy. And I'm really liking it a lot. I will play this. I've been playing this for like 6-hour stretches at a time, which is kind of unheard of for me. Normally like 2 hours in and I'm like, I need to take a break. But no, it's fucking 3 a.m. already? Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
That has happened to me at least 3 times. So I'm really digging it. I am definitely going to try to beat it by the end of the week. Yeah, so far it is my number 5. It might be higher up, like I said, if I had completed it, but I'm not there yet.
Okay. My number 5 is kind of for the same reason. I know you said you weren't feeling it when you when you started it for a bit, and I see your critique on it. But Aliens: Dark Descent, it's got kind of a weird control scheme.
I hate the control scheme.
Yeah, it took a
Can't
bit of getting
change
used to. I haven't played too
Nope.
much of it. I'm still in the middle of RoboCop, but yeah, it seemed pretty cool from what I did play. So I will leave that in there as like number 5 for now. Maybe it would be higher up. Maybe it would be off the list.
How's it
Played-
play?
Played more. It's
Like
it's like a
XCOM?
squad based. Yeah, basically like a squad based tactical.
But it still
isometric-
plays like you're using a computer
Yeah.
where you got to like click to move the characters. Like, I don't know
Well-
how much you want to move here kind of thing.
Well, I remember when we talked about it when they announced it, and I looked it up all stoked. I was like, "Oh, another new Aliens game already!" And then we're like, "Oh, PC only, fuck."
Oh, so it's
And
a
then-
PC
and-
port.
And then it came out, and you bought it. I think is why I even found out it was
Interesting.
coming out on PS5. And I was like, "What the? Way to shadow drop it!" After I was
Yeah.
excited, then I was immediately like, "If it's on PC, I'll never get around to it, even if I buy it." So fuck it.
So I bet you, yeah, the PC experience is probably better.
Yeah.
So maybe
I
I'll
wonder-
play it on PC and
I wonder if you can mouse and keyboard it or something on the PS5.
Does
Not
it say
sure if
anything on the back?
Hulk can do it.
I don't think you can.
I don't know how to read, bro.
You're
I'm pretty
giving
sure,
away
like,
your
nothing has-
choices.
Nothing has mouse and keyboard support on PS5,
What a bunch of bastards.
right?
Okay.
Dude, it'd be a game changer for FPS for me.
Yeah,
I would
I
actually
mean-
play them on consoles.
I mean, to be honest,
Well, I wouldn't, but
going from Baldur's Gate to it, like Baldur's Gate had a lot of like flipping through menus to be able to like, I just need to jump right over there. Right there. Oh, I gotta jump
Yeah.
there. Like, because there's so many choices for what you can do in every situation that makes sense. And it never really bugged me. So I think that's probably why I'm more like, yeah, I'll get used to it. You know, a little bit of complex controls. Like I said, maybe I'll get more used to it and maybe I'll enjoy it more. But that's it for me for number 5. What's your number 4? You bastard.
Number 4, Dead Space remake. It's Dead Space, but better.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
more of good.
Yeah, fantastic.
Just not a remake part 2 and leave part 3 alone.
Or remake it
Something
right.
else.
Yeah, remake it better. That's what remakes are for. Not just
Right?
not just small quality of life improvements, but this one, like I started playing the first one with my sons on the Xbox One, maybe like a week after I beat it, and I was like, this is so cool, but man, it's kind of like Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I love Resident Evil 2, the original, but I'm like, I'll never play it again.
Yeah, it's like the definitive version without a doubt.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh damn, I kind of feel bad. I'm like, I still love you, but I don't ever need to talk to you again.
Kind of obsolete now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it too, and I thought it was kind of fantastic.
So good.
Death Space?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Proud of you.
All right. Chris, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is RoboCop Rogue City.
Yay.
Because I'm a huge fan of the franchise. And a huge fan of licensed games. I did not think that this was going to be as good as it ended up being.
You like Robot Policeman?
I do. I like them a lot.
Nice.
But the RoboCop game franchise has never been quality a lot of the time. I think the
Did
best
you-
one's probably RoboCop versus Terminator.
Did you play Terminator Resistance?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I-
so then
But
that's all you
this
need to
it's still
know.
the same thing. It's a licensed game. It's always going to be a crapshoot.
I liked the Xbox one.
So
The original Xbox RoboCop. It's not amazing, but it was decent.
oh, the first person shooter one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
It had
But
its
I mean,
issues,
like-
but
RoboCop vs. Terminator on Genesis, I still think is like the best RoboCop game we've gotten.
yeah.
But this one I think trumps it in every way because like it was made by fans of the movie. They throw a whole bunch of details in there from the movies. From like, well, this is actually, if you want to think about timeline wise, this is RoboCop 2.5. This takes place between 2 and 3, And there's a lot of stuff from the second movie in there. There's a lot of stuff from the first movie in there. They make a couple of references to the TV show a couple of times.
Yeah, I got to rewatch that TV show. I need to track that shit down.
But like they got Peter Weller to come back and voice RoboCop, and it feels like you're playing the movie. It really does.
And isn't Lewis?
No, it's not her.
Actor? Oh, I thought it was her.
She's the only, or Peter Weller's the only one that came back.
Oh, I thought for some reason I thought I read that it was her. Well,
No.
she's convincing.
Yeah, she does a really good job too. Even the only one that kind of is weird is the guy that plays the chief.
Yeah, he doesn't sound anything like.
The face is good. The face recognition is good, but the voice is
it
not.
looks like him.
But yeah, first person shooter stuff. It could be better. Like you were saying, it's like a AA type of game. It's not quite there graphics wise and control wise. The first person shooter stuff is okay, but most of the time you're doing like those Telltale style choices for conversations and all that, and the way you talk to certain people affects the way they will interact with you later in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of affects the way things are going to play out, and it does go in a really kind of silly direction at the very end that I won't ruin for Jason because he hasn't beaten it yet.
Yeah,
But it's still awesome. Like it is amazing, and getting to shoot somebody in the dick and get an achievement for it is just
immediate. That's the best.
Yes.
It was
like I said, they knew everybody. That was the first thing every single person that played this game was going to do.
I need to settle myself down because I was 1 minute into loading it up and playing it, and just got the achievement, and the RoboCop song's playing, and I'm getting rushed by guys and just mowing them down. I'm like, "Give me the air!" My coworker's like, "What?" I'm like, "Nothing. Sorry."
Sweet release. Anyway, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I really hope we get another one. I would either that or another Terminator game, or maybe a RoboCop and Terminator game.
Ooh, maybe. I heard they also have.
I would be down.
I heard they also have the rights to Rambo. So
do it.
People who
will
are
definitely make you happy with the way that game worked. The PS3 one.
I ended up with 2, and yep. There you go. Have you tried it yet?
No. You bad mouthing it has kind of deterred me from giving it a shot.
Just out of morbid curiosity of a game, I think.
I'll try it. I'll try it out this week.
Well, it didn't show up, and they ended up sending me another one. That's the reason I got 2 of it. So I was like, and you expressed interest first, so I was like, I'm gonna shoulder this burden.
I'll try it out this week. I'll try it out.
Sweet.
But yeah, it's fantastic. It's a lot of fan service, and it's just a big power fantasy because he's completely OP.
Yeah,
in almost every situation you go to, he's completely OP.
And
you can just walk into a room and just throw stuff at people. You don't have to pull out your gun at all. You can actually just you can be like a good 3 feet away from somebody and then hit the grab button, and you'll just suck them towards you and then throw them across the room.
Yeah, it almost feels like what's that game where you just rush in and grab them, and then you can just. It feels like the fastest he moves.
Bullet storm,
yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. Yeah, because it's the fastest I swear he moves. You're like, there's no way that guy was within our reach, but I love it.
Yeah,
you just like pull them forward with you. I'm like, I didn't know RoboCop had the force. That's awesome. The police force, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's great. The storyline is good too. It's just a really well made game.
And everyone keeps asking me like, is it open world? I'm like, might as well be. The levels are.
My only issue with it is when you are in the open world sections and you're roaming around looking for crimes to solve. Yeah. They don't tell you where any of it is. You kind of have to stumble across it.
Yeah, it just says you're in the vicinity.
Yeah. So like I was watching somebody stream it before I bought it, which is why I said I needed to get it, because I was watching them stream like, okay, this looks amazing. I need to buy this. And there was a mission in the first city area that you go to where you're solving a crime on a porn shoot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It has to do with the sunblock.
Yeah.
And I was watching the person stream that mission.
That was
and then I was wondering why the fuck when I got to that part of the game I never had it.
Huh.
And when you get to the end of that section, it like tells you if you completed all the missions or not. And I saw it listed and it wasn't checked. I'm like, why didn't I get that? And I'm like, no, I had to like wander around the city to find it.
You find the body, you just see the guys.
Yeah. Well, I never wandered around far enough to find it.
Yeah, it was a wacky.
I didn't realize I needed to do that because I'm used to these types of games saying like, there's so many things to do here.
Yeah.
You know, not telling you any of that information kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, I'd say actually that's probably the wackiest mission that I did was that weird one.
Yeah.
But yeah, love it. You'll be surprised by my number 4, unless you're church, because I also picked Dead Space Remake. How to fix something that ain't broke? More of it. There you go.
More.
Yeah, it's basically like we were saying with Resident Evil 2. It's just like I never really need to play the original ever again, but I still will. My son loves it, so. And
Resident Evil 2 Remake was like a lot different.
Yeah.
Where this was
pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same, but better.
A couple like longer scenes, and the different ending was a cool addition too. But
Isaac Clarke talks now, and
yeah,
it's just more engaging.
It's pretty sweet. So
very. Sweet.
I don't like the silent protagonist thing a lot of the time.
No. Even especially I think the one that's always bugged me is Link.
Yeah.
Especially when you watch the series, you're like, why isn't he more like that? I want to play one where
whiny and ratty.
I want this. Yeah, I want a fucking pervy Link game, man, where he's just like, ooh, yeah,
creeping on you, princess.
I'll do that, but I'm gonna kiss. It would just make me laugh so much. Just they need to make the animated series the fucking
just if you want to do that in Wind Waker.
Yeah, but what do you got for number 3 there, Chutch?
Number 3, surprising, not surprising, depending on how you know how my list plays out. But I got Diablo 4, and I'll hold up my big Diablo 4 collection.
You don't own it?
I have it digitally because there's not a physical version for PC. I'll pick up the PS.
I guess me and Chris are the real fans.
Well, I got the. Shut up. Kiss my ass. But no, yeah, Diablo 4 is like basically everything a Diablo fan hoped for. Like when it came to gameplay additions, bringing the kind of the mood back. Awesome story. End game was great. They're doing seasons now that are really cool. I pretty like Jason said, I was very absent for a few months there.
We were
360 hours of
instead of blast. Yeah, we need. Should we do a wellness check?
Yeah. Like somebody text his fiance and have her put like her finger under his nose to see if he's still breathing.
I've played maybe like every like 6 days. I'll be like, you just be like, so good. No, you just go back to it.
Yeah, and if you include the time that I played in the beta, which was like I think another 60 hours, it puts me over 420 hours. It's like that's me on the nutshell.
Plays it.
Yeah. So yeah, Diablo 4, love it. Can't wait for the expansion.
Yeah, expand that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make that gross. Oh yeah, expand that.
Expandax.
Sweet.
My number 3 is going to be surprising too, because I didn't think I was going to like this game as much as I did. And that's Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
Man. Yeah.
I was not expecting to like this because I'm not a fan of the new Super Mario Brothers series that they've done. Because for some reason, I like the fact that it's 2D. For some reason, it moves too slow for me. And I just find it boring. So when I saw the gameplay of this, I was like, oh, they're doing some cool things with it, but it still looks like a new Super Mario Brothers game. So I ended up buying it anyway, and it's kind of fantastic. This is the first Mario Brothers game I've beaten in a long time. The Wonder Flower stuff makes the game, I do believe, because it changes the way the game plays every time you find one, and every stage has one. So, like, you're playing a normal 2D side-scrolling stage, and next thing you know, you find the flower, and you're walking on the background. And it's like now you're looking top down Mario and you're walking around. Mm-hmm. Or you become a jellyfish or something. It gets all trippy, and every single stage is completely different from the next when it comes to that. It just kept it fresh for me. And it was just super, super fun. It wasn't super hard. There are levels where they tell you this stage is going to be super hard. Not usually in my case. But I just thought it was fantastic. And it's a really cool twist on a Mario game.
Cool.
And the new power-ups, like the Elephant Mario, is kind of but it's cute, but whatever. But outside of that, it plays well, it looks great, it sounds great, and the way the Wonder Flower stuff changes everything up is really cool.
Sweet. Well, I was not expecting that.
I recommend it very much. It was a nice change of pace too, because I was playing nothing but 3D games, and playing something that was 2D also was kind of like it scratched the itch I needed.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm itchy.
Yeah.
I'm itchy. I better play some Mario. All right, my number 4.
3.
3.
3? Yeah. I already talked about Dead Space. Dead Space was that good. God damn it. Respect.
Talk about it again.
Robert Kopp. What a Robert. So Kopp.
Bobby Cop.
We've been already talking about how good that game is, but I've been loving it. I think I'm really close to the end. Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better RoboCop game. These guys kick ass, honestly, with their attention to detail, and you can tell they're actually fans of the franchises they make games out of. It's not just like they're pushing a button and it's just getting shit out of a pipe. And they're like, there you go, enjoy it. Sloppy Joe's at the cafeteria.
This ain't Back to the Future by LJN.
You know, like I love their Terminator game so much that I bought it on PS5 before I had a PS5, like a year before I had a PS5, because I was like, I like Terminator and I like that game, and it also had. I was under the impression that it had the add-on in it, and then I was not impressed when I had to buy the add-on. But
Worth it.
limited run, fucked up. You're supposed to put out complete games, but.
Yeah.
Great. It was a great add-on. I liked it a lot.
Annihilation line. Hell yeah. Almost better than the main game.
Yeah, it was a really cool story. And also that Seeker mode or whatever it was, where you're like hunting down targets as a Terminator. Chef's kiss. But yeah, maybe they'll do something like that with RoboCop. Berserk mode or some shit. Where you get to be in Ed 209 and not recognize when someone's not a threat and blow them away for no reason. Love it. But yeah.
Have you gotten to that Ed 209 fight yet in that warehouse? Isn't that a pain in the ass?
No, I loved it. I just kept picking up shit and throwing it at him.
That's what I was doing. I was running around to the gas cans or whatever and just hurling it at him.
I was like, please don't shoot it before I throw it at you.
I would keep on going to the opposite side of the stage, pick one up, throw it, and then run to the other side of the stage back and throw another one.
Yeah, he had quite a health bar on him. Though.
Yeah, that was what I meant. He pissed me off. That it took forever.
And at the end, it was basically just I'm just gonna shoot him directly in the fucking target. And I wasn't even behind anything. I was just like tough guy moding it.
I cheesed it. Straight stand. There's that bus. Was it a bus that was in the stage?
I think so.
If you stand behind the bus, if you stand right in the center of the bus,
yeah,
he can't go left or right. He just stands and tries going through it. So I just kept shooting over the bus at him.
I just threw shit at him until I couldn't find anything, and then I was like, he's low enough, and I just went until he died. And I triggered my the shield thing, but that was the closest. I was like, I'm not even gonna hide. If he kills me, I'll be pissed off, but I'm close enough. He's got a sliver left, but it was, the amount of references and stuff in it just great. So I hope I'm not almost done it. You know, I hope that there's just a surprising amount left, and I got more to play. But
when you get to the end game part of it, let me know what you think, because it's like, what?
RoboCop 3 was just a dream. It's just like Mario 2.
Oh god,
the whole movie is just a dream. No, we didn't shit the bed with the third one.
What? A 6-year-old girl hotwired a Ned 209? What?
Yeah, bad movie. It's actually staggering, going from even 2. Like 2 is not as good as 1 is just amazing.
Yeah,
and 2 is okay. It's pretty good still. And then 3, man, it's like Disney was like, make it for kids. or something, and yeah, awful. But this is this is definitely RoboCop 1 quality.
Yep.
All right, Church, what do you got for 2?
Number 2. So this is my list. So I say this makes number 2 on my list this year. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
There you go.
It's amazing.
Holla!
Amazing.
Hell yeah. Still gotta jump in.
Got me to do my 3rd playthrough of Cyberpunk.
I did not, when I played through it again from beginning to end and did the Phantom Liberty stuff, I did not want it to end.
Yeah, that game just keep doing more, man. Keep coming.
I mean,
But I ran out of things to do. I was like, I did everything.
even originally, I didn't want to be out of things to do, and I technically wasn't, because we've mentioned before that I had the collector's edition Trapped Across the Border for like 14 months after it came out. So I was like, I'm not going to do everything and then get my collector's edition and be like, I don't even need to open it. I've already done everything in the game. So yeah, I got to get in. I got to get to that immediately. I don't know. I was thinking I was going to be getting a Series X, actually, and then I just carried on living my life. Starfield still looks cool, but the bit of it I played didn't sell me an Xbox like I expected it to. So it'll still be a while, but they'll probably still be like, unless like randomly a Gears game comes out, they'll probably be the game that I still buy first.
Well, they just released a PS5 Cyberpunk 2077 with the DLC in it.
Oh, sweet. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. It was kind of like my excuse to play it on there, but I don't know. Maybe I'll still
And they just patched it again.
Yeah, 2.1.
Now when you do the fast travel, you actually see yourself on the train.
Perfect. All right, Chris, what's your number dose?
My number 2 shouldn't be any surprise coming from me, but I picked Star Trek Resurgence because I'm a huge Star Trek fan, and this is freaking amazing. And I definitely want to play through it again because it's made by ex-Telltale members, so it plays like your typical Telltale game with all the dialogue options and stuff and the way you interact with people. It actually will tell you a tally of where you stand with everybody you talk to, which is kind of cool.
For all the Star Trek games, like this, like makes the most sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's like
the way you were talking about your Sea of Stars, like why have they not done this before with the combat? It's the same kind of thing with this. It's like this makes perfect sense because Star Trek is always about the characters interacting with each other more than
don't you just
shoot, bang, bang.
Fly around ships and shoot each other? Like
so it's like it makes perfect sense, and most of the time you are interacting with the other members of the crew, which is awesome. And then like some will like you, some will hate you. But then you've got this mystery thing going on, and the whole plot of this calls back to one of the worst episodes of the first season of Next Generation. And when that happened, I actually went like, are you fucking kidding me? But they make that episode awesome through what they do with it here.
That's
retroactively great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I ended up, because now I own the whole Blu-ray box set of all the Next Generation stuff. I went back and watched that episode. I was like, okay, well, this is not so bad, knowing where it ends up going now.
So who's the crew in that one?
It's a whole new crew. It's a whole new crew, whole new characters. Legacy characters do come and go, though. Like, they pop in to talk. But it's all new characters. You play as 2 different characters. You play as the first officer, who is this new alien race I don't think I've ever heard of, female. And then you play as this young ensign who is an engineer. And you alternate between the 2 of them. So you get to see like the lower decks experience and you get to see the bridge experience.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's really, really fun. Like, you do a lot more. Okay, so I played a good handful of Telltale games, and there is a good amount of actual gameplay where you're running around doing things. You do a lot more in this than you have in any of those other games I've played.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of that on top of the dialogue stuff, but it's so great, and I ended up liking the characters so much. I'm like, I want another one, like right away.
Yeah.
And I hope that they make another one. I hope it becomes a series because it sounds like it's actually selling pretty well.
It's weird is that I never heard of it until you talked about beating it. Or maybe when you picked it up, I think I watched.
Well, I remember they announced it a while ago, and it was going to be digital only, and it came out earlier this year. I think it came out in May, digital, and then finally, like last month or in October, got it released physically. And
Okay.
I saw another YouTube channel called Trek a Day, and he talked about this in his daily episode. And I was just kind of like, oh shit, pre-order right now. And it's
Awesome.
great. I highly recommend it, especially if you're a Star Trek fan. It's Star Trek through and through. It's not like some little, we just got the name and it's something totally different. It is Star Trek. It is awesome.
Well, that's why I think I like, because Star Trek's really hit and miss with their games,
Mhm.
and there's always some. It always feels like something's missing.
Yeah.
Like they'll nail some part of what makes Star Trek good, and then they'll just totally shit the bed on something else, and then we'll be like, oh, it was 2/3 of a good game. Like,
Yeah, this one nails the atmosphere, like the tone, everything.
awesome.
It's probably the best. See, my favorite Star Trek game is Conquest, and that's the one that's kind of like a board game.
Yeah.
So there really is no plot. It's just take over other people's area, other people's territory, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's just,
There's no plot. This one is the best one now because it has everything. That
Star
it feels
Trek.
like you're playing a good like 12-hour episode.
So it was like Star Trek Risk.
Yeah,
I have
kind of.
Conquest, but I don't think I've ever played it.
I love Conquest. That's one of those games. That's a palate cleanser game for me. Like if I'm sick of playing a specific type of game, I'll just pop that in and play it for a day, and I'm good to go again for something different the next day.
That's good because I think why I got into Mass Effect immediately is just like, oh my god, this is like the best Star Trek game I've ever played.
And then you play this, and then you play this.
Now that you've played that though, it's a
Now
good
you gotta
game.
play Mass Effect.
Good game. Good game.
Oh, I haven't played Mass Effect yet.
Yeah.
I played through. Well, the thing was, I was starting to play it, and that was the day that Ryan came over. I think it was the day you were coming over too.
Your
And
door's
Ryan,
locked.
Ryan interrupted me, and I just never went back.
Your door's locked. That's not an
Yeah.
excuse.
Like I remember, I'm like, oh, is the disc still in the Xbox One? And I look, and sure enough, 3 months later, it's still sitting. And I'm like, I totally forgot I put that in there.
That's awesome. But yeah, I guess I'll go along with my my number 2. And what a number 2 it is, because it's Spider-Man 2. What?
Ooh.
Spider-Man 2 is my game of the year. What the fuck? Excellent game. More of the same in only the best way. And the quality of life improvements, like the traversal, the wingsuit thing, so much faster than just swinging everywhere. And I love swinging, so it's never really been a bother to me. But
Did you try the realistic swinging?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But it's everything about it's cool. It's a combination of the first 2 games in the best ways. Most of the time you can choose which Spider-Man you want to be. So naturally I was Peter anytime who would let me be Peter, because that's always been Spider-Man to me. I like Miles a lot though.
No Venom?
Miles is
I
objectively.
was hoping you could play as Venom.
I'm not trying to spoil it for people who
Okay.
haven't played it yet, Church.
I haven't played it yet either.
I haven't played it either.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah.
Fuck sakes. But
I'm
all right,
I'm sad
all
I
right.
haven't played it yet.
All right, Venom is in it. Now people know. Fuck's sake. I'm not saying anything past that though.
It's
But
in the trailers.
The amount
Don't
of,
spoil it, man. I'm out of here.
Yeah, the amount of Easter eggs in this game, just like the first one, amazing. I had to do everything there was to do, and none of it felt like a slog. The first game, I'd say that's probably my only complaint, was that you'd be in those, you had to do the district crimes, and you'd have to wait for them to
Yeah, you
pop
can sit
up.
around.
Mhm.
So you just swing around in the district going, come on, pressing the little like sonar button to be like,
Mhm.
where's the crimes? So that was the only thing that bugged me in that one, and that was not present here. I attacked it a lot of the same way that I did with the other games. Like once a certain new activity unlocks, I would generally do all of them before going on to the next story mission. If it was something that was kind of a pain in the ass, maybe I'd just leave a couple and just do a couple at a time. I just kind of played it by ear, but none of it felt like a slog this time. All of it was cool. I think the only thing I didn't like was there was one kind of thing, but there was no speedball missions.
Oh, thank you.
or Screwball. Sorry,
Screwball. I hate that. Was what ruined that game for me.
That was the worst character in that game. There was nothing like that, so that was huge. Yeah, there's these little spider robots you got to look for. So it's like a collectible, and I think I think that might be the last thing I did for the platinum, because I was like, I grabbed them when I saw them, but like it was like, oh, you got to pay attention to your mini map because it'll just like go off like a beacon when you're going by it, but it won't like tell you there's one nearby unless you physically see it. So it was like not nothing to complain about. But the way the story is told is on par with the other two games. Amazing. I love everything about it. The bad guys they chose like fit the dynamic perfectly. The twists were cool. Like there's things that you're like, oh, that's not how that happens. And some of them you can see coming from a mile away, but that's because I'm too Spider-Man-ish. But I had to play it with the Spider-Man controller. Make sure you get one of these. It doesn't control right if you don't have the Spider-Man controller. I wasn't able to get the plates. They were unobtainium. I was checking every day for like 3 months on Amazon and shit. And one day the controller finally popped up and I was like, yes! I almost bought two just as an impulse, but I was like, okay, one's good. But yeah, it was the game I was easily most anticipating because of obvious reasons. I love Spider-Man more than anyone or anything. And my kids are cool, but my wife's decent. But Spider-Man's forever. Spider-Man's always there for me.
Yeah.
Right. Forever.
Yeah. So, yeah, excellent. It lived up to my expectations. If that leak I saw wasn't just like a fan-made thing, I don't know. I'm looking for it. I'm hoping they do DLC. I'm here for it.
Yeah, they already said there's like 3, I think.
Yeah, well, I sent you guys a thing I saw. I'm not sure if it was
Maximum Carnage, let's go.
Yeah. The song better be in it. I'll be mad.
Oh, dude.
Better be voiced by the dude from Cheers. Woody Harrelson better do Carnage's voice.
Got good old Bill Manspeaker and Green Jello back for Carnage Rules.
Yeah, it was.
Hell yeah. I can ask him if he ever comes here again.
Yeah, be like, you should do this.
Yeah, put your hat in the rings.
I asked him to come back to Minnesota, and he's like, "Find me a venue."
Your wedding venue.
My backyard.
your wedding venue. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. You won't do it. Yeah, no, it's a dare. You have to.
He'd mess it up. I'd get stuck with the costs or something. Well, it's not him. It's he get everybody too rowdy, and we'd trash the place or something.
You got to pay the cost to have the boss.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, good. And now it's time for honorable mentions and number ones. Let's go.
Ooh, honorable mention. It really seems like it's not getting the attention that I hoped it would, but Dead Island 2, fucking fantastic. Like pretty much everything I hoped for, and it was even better than I was expecting, with it, especially when a game is in like development hell for so long.
Yeah.
And after Dead Island
so
Riptide,
long.
like Riptide was just, it didn't like do anything.
I was starting to feel like it was going to be like fucking Duke Nukem Forever 2.
I held on hope ever since that original trailer, the zombie running on the beach.
Did you even slum it and start playing Escape Dead Island?
I played a little bit of that.
That wasn't that fun. That wasn't very good. Yeah.
But Dead Island 2 is a ton of fun. Holy crap. And it has a really simple online system. So you can just, like, it ends up people playing, like, in the same area, working on the same quest. So
Is it online only?
No. Nope, you can play by yourself. But I always have more fun just playing with randos and stuff. You know, not even chatting or anything. Just going down the mission list and...
Yeah.
Ton of fun. A lot of, like, cool Easter eggs that they always throw into all kinds of things. Going to an arcade, and they start playing one of the like coolest perturbator dark synth songs. It was just like, holy crap! It was so cool how they did it. It's just the whole set piece, and it's just fun. It's such a fun game, and looks great, plays great. Oh man, it's great. And people really just like seem to. I don't understand when people have to wait for a thing. They're like, well, I moved on. It's like, huh? Like, hey, I don't get it. I get tired of waiting, so I have no interest. It's like, what? Why? You tired of waiting? You don't got to do anything. But it's great. Highly, highly recommend it.
You are muted.
I wanted to get that and Dying Light 2, but even though I heard not such great stuff about Dying Light 2. But
yeah.
I always forget about Dead Island 2 being out there.
Yeah, it's so fun. Oh my
God. I do intend to grab them one of these days, but I told you the $90 price tag on games now. It's like, I'm waiting until it's just about everything's cheap.
Well, I think it's might be pretty discounted now. The collector's edition, it's just a statue, doesn't actually come with the game, but the collector's edition, I was checking just like a week ago, and I was like, I think it was only like $40 or $60. I was like, man, I should just buy that. But it's like, I don't got the funds. I'm turning in Jason. I'm buying more like statues now than I am games recently. But they're all video games still, so
it counts.
Figures and statues are where it's at, bro. I think that's why I started buying more figures and shit, is because games had less and less cool shit they were coming with. They were more like skimping on that shit for the last gen. It seemed like there's a couple really solid ones, and then games that you'd wish would do that weren't doing shit. It was bumming me out. All right, Chris. Boy, what's your number one? Honorable mention.
Oh, I thought we were just doing honorable mentions.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well do your number one also.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy, no-brainer. Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, deserves every single bit of praise it's got. Just absolutely amazing game. It is like the best implementation of Dungeons and Dragons into a video game. So many options you can do. I mean, I'm like 200 hours into playing this game, and there's still like little tricks and things I had no idea. Like, I missed things on my first playthrough as hard as I looked for everything, and just weird little mechanics and how some synergies work. Story's great, characters are great, voice acting's amazing, soundtrack's great, fucking multiple ways you can play the game. Holy crap. And from everything that I've heard, if anybody's looking for more on this level, there's nothing out there except for pretty much like Divinity Original Sin 2. It's pretty much Baldur's Gate 3, but not D&D, and it has its own like, world and stuff. But from what I hear, it's like, so I'm.
Are you getting that next or what? Do you have that?
Not next. No.
Do you have it?
I think, I don't know. I might. I can't remember.
You don't know if you have it? Whoa. I
Yeah,
thought you had a list,
my
bro.
list. I might have it digital on PC. I can't remember, but yeah. So I already did a full playthrough, 150 hours, and now I'm doing a second evil playthrough, like I said, and going full cycle. I'm not murder hobo. It's all justified. And the cool thing about this game is like you could just play it however the fuck you want, but like, if you just want to play it like to kind of like RP, like role play a character, like you can totally do it. Like skills, you can make choices, just like role play a character. So I'm playing like a character that's given into these like psychotic urges and stuff, and it's an absolute blast. Second playthrough.
Just don't do it with your character and the actual game we're playing.
Suddenly a bastard.
Yeah. So yeah,
because Mondane's a couple of times has been like, I might have to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Well, Chris, what's your honorable mention?
My honorable mention is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Didn't quite make the list because I didn't think it was nearly as good as the first game. The combat isn't nearly as good. The dodging isn't nearly as good. I really like the roll kind of thing that you do from like the Dark Souls games in the first game, and they kind of took it out. Now it's just kind of like a sidestep, and it's not nearly as effective. You get all these different stances that you can use and different weapon types. You can do a dual wield, you can do a single, you can do the one with that Kylo Ren uses with those two
Crossblade.
side sabers, the cross hilt, and they can use a blaster. And I always just ended up using double lightsaber because why not? I didn't feel the urge to use any of the other stances. So the story's still good. The scene in the caves, Jason probably knows what I'm talking about, is probably the best part of the whole game. But I do want a third game. I want them to wrap it up. I want them to make this into like a trilogy, but I hope they up the ante a little bit because they need to come back after this one kind of disappointed me a little bit, but it's still great. I did enjoy my time with it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, and then what's your number one?
My number one is Phantom Liberty, bitches.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I was super excited to play through this again because I was not aware that you could upgrade this on the PS5. So I bought a cheap copy of this again because originally I played through this game on the Xbox One X and did not have any of the problems everyone was bitching about when it first came out.
Neither did we.
Yeah. And I bought it again just because I wanted to play through it on my PS5, and as I was doing it, Phantom Liberty came out. And I downloaded it because you started talking about how badass it was, Church. So I was like, I usually don't do this, but I'm already here.
Usually I'm not that kind
And
of girl.
I did it, and I just happened to be at a part where it slips right in seamlessly. And I was like, it was meant to be. And it is absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. Like, I love the area that you go into now has like its own set of rules apart from the rest of the world. And the characters you interact with, everything is super fucking edgy. And like the moral choices you end up having to make are
God.
They hurt.
There's so many more.
They hurt. Like I was sitting there, and sometimes it gives you the choices to make, and there's a little ticking thing going down. Like you only have so much time, and I'm like, oh my god, I actually need to sit here for like 2 hours and like debate this with myself, kind of thing. But nope. And the path I ended up going down was great, and I think it was the heroic thing to do, the moral thing to do. I actually want to go through and see what the other thing is, because it was like I almost did it. I almost went the other way. But I was like, no, I want to help that specific person. But it's fantastic. Everything that you do in that area is great. It was a perfect add-on, and it just made the core game even better.
Yeah.
So for that amount, or for that reason alone, I had to make it my number one game because, like I said, I did not want this game to end. And I actually kept on going back into Dogtown to do other things, even though I had done everything already. I just wanted to run around and see what kind of shit I could hear people talking about and maybe uncover some Easter eggs or whatever, but it is just so goddamn good. CD Projekt Red just completely impressed me, and now all of a sudden everybody loves this game.
Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, we were the OGs right here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad they are, because anybody who is... It's like Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, even the revamp they did to the system where they upgraded to version 2 completely changed the way the game plays now, because now the tree the
skill trees revamped.
Skill tree is completely different and more varied, and you can specialize in so many cool ways now. It is amazing. It's so good.
This game is the ultimate. Maybe don't rush developers. Maybe let them cook.
Right? And that's kind of like one of the things that really made Baldur's Gate 3 what it was, because Baldur's Gate 3 was actually in kind of like an early access state for like 2-3 years. And the entire time...
Oh, they just getting information on how to make it better?
Yeah, they completely worked with the community to like get their feedback and adjusted things. Like there's been like sweeping changes throughout the game, and it's like, when it came out, there's a lot of developers who were like, we shouldn't use Baldur's Gate 3 as, as an example of what game development should be. And it's like, because you're lazy, because you don't want to make a good game. Like,
Right.
sure, there's some games that like 100% like this is my artistic vision, but even still, like, you could get input to make that better
Mm-hmm.
and still have your whole vision. Like, my
Yeah.
God.
Your vision can include what makes other people happy too, and not fuck up your vision.
Yeah.
All right.
You
I
got-
guess
I have to give a shout out to that Lizzie Wizzy concert
Yes.
because that
Very
is one of the
cool.
coolest things.
I totally had no idea. It was like,
Sweet.
for a guy.
All right. So for mine, I'm gonna Tarantino this shit. Remember back at the beginning? It's funny as I grabbed this right before it was mentioned because I was like, that came out this year. My number 5 is actually Survivor because I kind of forgot that it wasn't the end of last year. So yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Because it was supposed to come out the end of last year.
yeah, it was.
But it was. Oh, that's why it wasn't on my list. But that's my number 5 retroactively. Now, Aliens, I guess, can be a mention of a game I played. I can't even say whether it's great or not yet. So it's just a game I'm gonna mention. But yeah, I like to keep everyone on their toes. That's my actual number 5. Now back to number 1. Flashback happened, and now we're back at the end of the game here, and it should be no surprise either. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. What more can we say about it that hasn't been said to death? I'm gonna do a second playthrough probably right away. Once I get through the couple of games. Might even before I play Diablo 4, much to your chagrin, but I might even just hop right into it.
I would say
Why?
Baldur's Gate, man.
Yep.
I mean, I love Diablo, but Baldur's Gate 3 is just
The way I played through it, I played through it with I didn't look nothing up. I didn't no help. I didn't run through it like I mean, when I like a game, I don't really run through it. Some games you can just blast through and it's whatever. But this game, I took my time. I walked around. I'm sure I missed stuff, but I wanted to go completely no guidance whatsoever. I didn't watch anything on the game. Once I saw the announcement trailer, I was like, hopefully that comes to PlayStation or something and I can buy it. And it didn't sneak up on me like Alien did, but yeah, especially since I played through the original a year or two ago. It was just cool to be back in that world. Graphics are a little bit better, slightly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved it. And I know I missed stuff, but it was not like, it's not because I wasn't looking around and doing shit. Some stuff was like at a certain time, but after I beat it, I looked back and some of the stuff people are like, oh yeah, you can totally miss this easily. And I'm like, well, I got that. So that's decent.
Nice.
So it wasn't a totally like bare bones playthrough. I'm not even sure how many hours I played through on it, but it was a healthy amount. It's probably about, I think it was, I don't even know. I can't even guess. Especially when you
the save file, if you look at if you instead do continue to load, it might show you your playtime.
Yeah, I think you can look in back
Where are you playing it on?
PS5.
If you
Because isn't there a stats
are on
thing?
the home, if you're on your desktop,
Yeah.
like your main screen, if you highlight the game in the top row, on the bottom right of the screen, it'll show you how many hours you played.
Okay, yeah, I thought there was something, and that's Xbox that has the stats. You can drop down in a menu, check. But yeah,
Any
Couldn't
amount
even
of
tell you.
hours is
okay, because the save game playtime is not accurate, especially if you're not creating a new save file.
Yeah.
So for about 40 hours, it said I was at about 40 hours until I was like, I'm gonna make a new save. And
true.
absolutely loved it. I loved the character I chose to play as. I love the interaction. Some people I wish I could have swapped out more. Some of them I just didn't find.
Lazel.
I didn't find them.
Lazel is my first romance option for my.
When I get around to playing it, I'm going to attempt to romance the.
Lizelle.
No, the
Lizelle was a fucking
Shadowheart.
She's the goblin, right?
Yeah.
She's a Gith Yankee.
I'm talking about the tiefling that's on fire.
Karlak is
Karlak.
awesome.
Because I was watching somebody stream it, and I was just like, she's amazing.
They've done a bunch of updates. They just put out a big update for Baldur's Gate 3 that does it's basically like an extended ending now that gives you a little bit more to the ending of the game, post.
Because I did a bunch of different endings for it too. I kind of just was like, oh, what do I need to start from? And I would just go back, and so I did a couple, take over, kind of whatever, do this, big changes. So, I got a bunch of the different endings. But yeah, next time I go through, maybe I'll actually do guides and stuff to make sure I don't miss nothing and platinum that bitch. But I was just happy to. It felt like the right thing to do for the first. I wanted to do just
just a blind playthrough.
Oh, hell yeah!
I can't wait. I cannot wait to play it. I mean, I wanted to play it so bad. I was actually considering just getting the fucking digital version.
Yeah.
But then, just as I was about to pull the trigger on it, that you guys showed me that physical was coming out. I was like, nope, I'll wait.
Yeah.
I found a loophole and I ended up getting it for free. So that's what I was gonna wait a while, and I'm so glad I fucking didn't. I'll double dip. I'll buy it physical. Don't incur. But yeah, what a game! What a game! You'll love it when you play it right after Mass Effect.
Yeah,
it'll be great.
I'll do them back to back.
But yeah, what an excellent list we all got.
Good lists, good games.
Let's see some pickups, motherfuckers.
Ooh. Pickups.
Did you guys buy anything of recent?
Did I buy anything? This fucking guy.
I don't know. Prove it. What you got? Prove it.
A few things here.
Really? I don't see him.
I got a couple statues. I'm not gonna pull out of the cabinets because
I see it right there. There it is.
Too much work. Not that I haven't put anything in this cabinet. It's the other two cabinets I'm filling in. But I picked up. I didn't know there was a Jackie Wells Dark Horse statue that I picked up.
I saw that on Facebook.
Sick.
I think.
And then I also got Judy and Pan Am on pre-order for the Dark Horse.
Hell yeah! I would love to get a Judy.
Sweet.
Yeah, they're on pre-order and they're only $30-$40.
I do it.
But yeah, I got a couple things. I haven't been picking up as many games lately.
Oh, you were talking mad shit on me not buying it, being a little bit pickier. And
what?
More waiting.
What?
What? Looks like that was the cut.
What?
The kettle black.
Well, I got Baldur's Gate. I've got some indie games a bunch of games I backed recently have come out too. But holy crap!
Back to a bunch of games that ain't nothing to brag on.
Special Reserve Games. I really enjoy them as a company. They do some great packages, but man, did they! I don't know what the heck went on with this, but finally, I ordered this Broforce a year and a half ago. It might have been almost 2 years ago.
All of these companies like that are just taking forever now.
Yeah. But I finally got Broforce. I'm really excited. I've been wanting to play this game for quite a while, and it's multiplayer. So I'm gonna have Justin and another friends over.
Yeah, I think that took a lot of the.
Bring it with when you guys come in February.
I think that's what kind of started taking the love out of the collecting for me is when everything.
I don't mind
anything I wanted to buy. I had to wait a year for. I was like, buy digital or buy.
I would rather deal with the stress of that 1 day sell through thing that Limited Run used to do, because they had a certain amount of games already on hand that they would ship out immediately. I would rather deal with that than this year-long wait.
Yeah,
I don't mind. But I did get some other figures just recently, and I haven't even posted these online yet. So you guys,
Oh my god! He's gonna show us some action figures.
Scoop!
Ugh.
Spoiler alert!
I hate the part where they show the action figures on the show.
I got an action figure for you.
Let's see it. See it. Show those figures.
Wow.
in action.
No, I'm waiting for our guest.
Oh yeah. So speaking of Diablo 4, yes, my cat just
Meow,
responded.
Meow,
Got some Diablo 4 figures that finally showed up.
Hell
So
yeah.
this one is the Druid.
That's cool.
It's a tornado. Druid.
Did they ever make a Lilith figure?
Not yet. There's a Lilith statue that is $600 that I would love
Did
to have. It's beautiful.
What?
they,
Huh?
did they make a figure out of Black Kratos yet? Because I want that one. Black Kratos, the barbarian.
Yeah.
They-
And then
they made-
I also got a Necromancer that showed up too. These are very much stay in the box sort of things for me, even though it's like whatever. But McFarlane Toys is doing a Diablo line, so
Is there 6 of them?
there's 4 characters and then one boss, the Blood Bishop. I got them all on pre-order, so the other ones are coming too. But these are the first ones to arrive. I think the other ones are just got delayed again for like a week or two.
Those bitch bastards.
Yeah, right. But then
Bitches.
taking it back a few years, I got something from Diablo 3 actually that I just
Ooh.
pre-ordered. Generally, I don't like the Nendoroids, but I got a Nendoroid of a Demon Hunter. If I can get the flash off here, it's a little like kind of like cutesy.
Chibi thing.
Yeah,
that's what Chibi
Demon
gets.
Hunter. Demon Hunter was my jam in
I like
Diablo
to
3.
fight demons.
Yeah, I had 400 hours played of Demon Hunter in Diablo 3.
I don't like these demons.
They are scary.
No, I kicked their asses.
Sweet. What else?
But yeah, that's mostly. I think that's pretty much been all my pickups. If the cat is being noisy, just let me
No,
know.
don't worry about it.
No. The cat's a pickup too. It's like, well, you forgot about me, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah,
Yeah, I got a cat.
Just got a brand new. You had to take him out of the box though.
yeah.
Let me see your pussy, show it to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of our cat passed away, and we've been talking about getting another cat for a while. So we
Cat was the best. All right,
Cat was cool.
this episode is dedicated to the memory of Cat.
Yes.
Yep. Now we got name pending, but we're calling him Sir for now. Mostly because
See, that'd be funny. Like, excuse me, sir. Sir.
That's
Sir.
that's pretty much what what my fiance said when because the vet had him as Sir Charles III. We're like, no, but we didn't have anything good. So and then for me, it's
That's funny
like
though.
just the Chappelle from a very specific sketch where it's like,
Sir.
Sir.
Should call him AA Ron.
Perfect. All right, Chris, slap that.
So you want to see the toy first or last?
Surprise. I don't know. In the middle.
Okay.
Toy sandwich.
So do you want the games or the movies first?
Movies.
Okay. So some of these are from this month. So I haven't shown any of these off yet in a pickup video. I'll start with the oldest first, though. Started getting back into watching some of the old anime I used to watch back in the 90s that I enjoyed. I found a bunch of it on Amazon pretty cheap. So I bought the first set of Ranma 1/2 on Blu-ray.
Cool.
There's like 7 or 8 sets. It's not. Turns out there was only one season, but it was like 500 freaking episodes.
Yeah.
It
My
was
wife
just
has
a
a bunch
show.
of that
They
too.
didn't have. They
Yeah.
weren't doing
So
seasons.
this is set 1. I thought it was season 1, but it is set 1. But this has 23 episodes on it.
That's a lot for an anime DVD.
Yeah, and there's 7 sets, and then there's an 8th one that has all the movies and OVA stuff on it.
Mm.
Oh man, it was such
So-
a pain in the ass back in the day when my wife and I got together. I was like, "Oh, she likes this anime," or she was checking this one out, and I'd try to like pick her up one, and it'd be like 4 episodes. And
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah,
DVDs would have like three episodes per disc.
yeah.
yeah. I was like, "What a pain in the ass."
I was worried that I wouldn't like this, so I only bought the first one. And I was like, I'll watch the first disc, and if I don't like it, I'll get rid of it. And if I do like it, I'll keep going with it. And I ended up still liking it. It's
a
still
decent show.
it's funny.
Great.
It's like a sex comedy with a lot of fighting in it.
Yeah,
But
but it's not like porn.
No, not like that.
It's like more innocent,
I think
Yeah.
a Super Famicom game.
very cheeky.
Or one of them.
So you got like people going through changes when they get wet with certain temperatures of water,
Ramna.
and it's a lot of mistaken. What do they call it? Like unintentional mistakes. Like I the wrong thing happens at the wrong time. Like I turn into the other person I am at the wrong time. So it's funny. It's cute. But I still enjoy it, so that's the thing that matters. So I'm gonna keep going with it.
I remember watching a bit with my wife when
The movies, I remember really, really liking the movies. The 2 movies that they made.
Did I just see what I thought I saw?
What?
I don't know. Show me.
WandaVision?
Yeah, it was. I just saw the back of it and I was like, "That WandaVision."
Disney is actually listening to people saying that, yeah, not everybody can afford all these streaming services. Why don't you just release the goddamn shows and movies that you guys are making originally for your channel?
So they
for your
find that
streaming
$10 an
video.
episode though.
Yeah. They released the whole only season of WandaVision on 4K.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not watched this yet, but I have seen the show twice. I've watched it all the way through twice.
I think that's one of my favorites. That one. Honestly.
Yeah, it was an interesting, different take on a Marvel show or a Marvel property.
At first, you're like, "What the fuck?" And then you're
Yeah,
like,
the first 3 episodes, I'm like, huh?
I was like, I really didn't need a Marvel I Love Lucy, but okay.
Yeah, and then I didn't realize I've needed that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great show. I was happy to purchase this on home video. So
Yeah,
there's that, and then they also released 2 other shows recently, and I'll be showing off at my pickup at the end of the month.
I think I know what it is.
Yep, got both of them. I can't talk about got both of them. This is an upgrade from a Blu-ray that I had, but I picked up the 4K of Tales from the Dark Side, the movie.
Fuck yeah!
I absolutely love an anthology movie, and I saw this in the theater, and I absolutely loved it. It's got freaking Blondie in it. Come on, you can't go wrong.
I'm gonna have to I might have to upgrade for my VHS because I've got the entire box set of the show, and I'm like, how does the movie not come with it? So that's the only thing I don't have is the movie.
The thing I like about this is like the people who are in it who were nobodies back then, who are somebodies now. Like Julianne Moore is in it, and Steve Buscemi is in it.
Yeah, it's like pre-star studded.
Yeah,
they're
it's
nobodies
really
now.
Yeah.
They're about to be.
And then you got somebody who went nowhere, and that was David Johansen. But I've always loved this one.
Yeah, that's a great
So
one.
I had to have that. Also, it is the season, so I picked up Violent Night on 4K.
I've heard really good stuff, and I was going to check
It
it
is.
out.
Have you any of you seen this?
No.
It's Die Hard with Santa Claus.
I was going to check it out because my...
So picture Die Hard, but instead of McClane, you've got Santa Claus who used to be a Viking and is prone to violence.
Are they playing it
Helping
straight,
people.
or are they?
They play it straight. They play it straight.
Cool.
And it's actually really cool. David Harbour plays Santa, and you can tell he's like having a blast.
Yeah, David Harbour's great.
Yeah, he is so good as Santa. The thing is, I showed this to my mother, and she went and bought a copy of it, and she hates movies that have like a lot of violence and gore in it. And she was like, I think I want a copy of that, so we got her a copy of it.
Awesome.
So I highly recommend that. It's a fun movie. And also picked up The Creator.
How is that?
It is fantastic.
Okay, because I was thinking about
guy who made Rogue One made this. It's like humans versus AI created robots.
Mhm.
And I don't want to ruin anything because there's a lot of surprises in it. And it is. I went and saw it in the theater. Absolutely loved it. I did feel the editing was a little off. I'm wondering if they had to like take certain things out because some things kind of jump around in the editing. But it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And the fact that this only cost like $60 million to make, and it is filled with nonstop CGI characters,
Wow,
blows my freaking mind.
Awesome.
So it's great. I highly recommend that.
I might watch that soon then.
Yeah, it's good. When it comes to the games,
hey, wait.
oh, the toy.
Yeah.
So if you've watched any of my pickup streams, I've kind of made an effort to get all of these because it's from my childhood and it's kind of a thing I'm currently into. So I picked up the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, Venger and Dungeon Master figure set.
Awesome.
Yeah, sweet.
And it is, I will not be opening this, but it looks absolutely fantastic. And I have 4 of the other standalone figures. I still need 2 more. Every one of them comes with a dice of some type. So
that's awesome.
Venger comes with a 20-sider, and Dungeon Master comes with a percentile 10-sider.
Dude,
I was actually bummed that they didn't have all the characters at our Walmart, and I was like, I don't want to like start buying them and then not get the whole party and just.
They only certain stores got certain ones.
That's what I hate about it.
So Target only got.
Such bullshit.
He got the ones I got 2 of them at Target. I got the Rogue and the Paladin at Target, and 2 more are only available at Barnes and Nobles out here, and the other 2 are only available at Walmart, maybe?
Such trash.
Yeah, there's 3 different ones that are.
And this was only available online. And the thing is, I had ordered this off of a seller on Amazon, and when it showed up, he had shipped this to me in a plastic bag. Every corner was crushed in. It looked like somebody had taken a piece of like packing tape and smeared and put it across the front and then ripped it off because half of the art was missing.
Dude.
So I returned it, got my money back, and then I went on eBay and looked for listings that actually had the pictures of the item, and this one was in great shape, so I bought this instead. And this was actually cheaper. So,
sweet.
Nice.
Absolutely. I still need 2 more characters to go. I'm only missing on the back here. You can see them. I'm only missing Bobby, the kid that's the barbarian, and Hank, who's the ranger.
I wish I knew you were collecting them because I'm pretty sure they just cleared them out, and I was like, I'm not just gonna get one.
Well, if you see Hank or Bobby,
yeah, they had Hank for sure. I think they might have had Bobby at first, but he went pretty quick.
okay.
I think they had like 2 of him and 1 of Hank or something. And yeah, they had like just. I was bummed.
Okay.
Because I used to love watching that too.
Yeah, I have the DVD set of all the episodes, so it's fun.
I have the outer box for it because you know how it opens up and then there's like the thing that comes out.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law borrowed the DVDs out of it and didn't tell us, and now we don't talk to her anymore. So I'm like, oh, cool. I just have the outer box to keep little knickknacks in. That's all I got for it now. So I'm sure it's a ridiculous price to rebuy.
Not really.
Maybe I'll have to rebuy it though.
I went up to Wisconsin on Black Friday last month. All the game stores up there were doing like, what is it, like mom and pop store appreciation thing or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
a bunch of stores are doing buy 2 get 1 free sales. Other ones are doing like 25% off everything in the store sales. So it was me, Captain Algebra, Rocket Sauce. Was it just the 3 of us? Yeah, I think it was just 3 of us. It was me, Captain Algebra, and Rocket Sauce. And one of the stores I went to, there's a story behind this one. I had to get a copy of Road Blasters on the Nintendo because this is the game that Microsoft shafted me for testing Mad Max for them back in the 90s.
Those pieces of shit.
Yeah. So for beta testing Mad Max, they said they would give us 2 games from their catalog, either stuff that's already been released or stuff that is to be released. Since I hated every one of them that they've released already, I said I'll take 2 that they will be releasing, and that was 720 Degrees and this. And they sent me a copy of 720 Degrees, and they never sent me this.
Piece of shit.
So when I saw it there, I was just kind of like, I think I need to own that because memories.
It is time.
Yep. Excuse me. And it was dirt cheap. This was like $20. I think this was actually the free game that I got.
Cool. So you ended up getting it free after all.
Yeah. One of the other games I picked up out there was Solomon's Club on the Game Boy, which is a sequel to Solomon's Key on the NES.
Sweet.
It's like a puzzle platformer, kind of like Adventures of Lolo.
This time he's just knocking doors down, doesn't give a fuck about using no key.
I don't know why he looks like Peter Pan right there.
Solomon's battery.
Like, I'm a mischievous Peter Pan, tee-hee. And also, the guy said something when I brought this up, and I picked up Valkyrie Profile.
Covenant
of the Flume. on the
Hell yeah.
DS. And the thing was, when we got to that shop opened at 10 in the morning, and we were there at maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock. And when I brought this up, the guy goes, "I'm surprised it took this long for someone to bring this up to this goddamn register." And I was like, well, technically, this was the only good thing you still had left in your DS section.
Mhm.
And he was just like, yeah, but why is it happening now? I expected this to be one of the first things. I'm like, I don't know, but I got it. But RPG,
Some people are dumb.
I will play it eventually.
I thought I got rid of mine, but I still got it here, so that's good.
And then newer stuff. I was playing through. I'm playing through this now. I talked about it earlier, but it's that Contra Anniversary Collection. I originally had ordered the Switch version through Limited Run, but in between ordering it and actually getting it, I changed my mind. So I sold the Switch one when it came out and bought this instead. And this has 10 Contra games on it, and I've beat 3 of them so far on this collection. Still fun games. Also got this compilation from Strictly Limited. That's like the Zero Tolerance collection that has 3 of them. I don't know. Do you guys know if these were like homebrew?
I was like, I remember
Sequels?
the first one.
Because it's got Zero Tolerance, and then it also has Zero Tolerance Underground and Zero Tolerance Beyond.
Never heard of either of those other ones.
I'm wondering if these were like homebrews, like people hacked it and made like their own.
There was Zero.
I know there was one. There was a sequel in development.
Well, I believe Zero Tolerance was an arcade game at first, or it was for something else at first.
It was Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis.
There's something
game.
for just. I think the Genesis was a port.
I don't know. I never heard of it before that came out on the Genesis.
Yeah, I don't know if I still got it, but I did have it for.
Yeah, but I love the one on the Genesis. I put it on my Diamonds in the Rough on the Genesis video that I did like years and years ago. It's a fantastic first-person shooter that should not work on the Genesis, but it does.
I don't know how, because Doom doesn't even work on fucking Super Nintendo.
That's why the playfield is like that. But it works. But like having 2 sequels, I guess, to play alongside the original, yeah, I'll take it. Why not?
Never even heard of that.
Nope,
That's
you're
cool.
right. It is exclusive to Genesis.
Also picked up a
Don't
new
ever
VR
question
game.
him. Just kidding.
Also picked up a new PSVR game, and that is Puzzle Bobble 3D.
Oh, cool.
And I was just it's like the same thing with Tetris Effect, where I'm like, what in the hell can you possibly do with this in 3D or in VR?
It's just the backgrounds are amazing.
And I haven't played it yet; it's still sealed. But
Tetris Effect was pretty cool.
That was a fantastic. Yeah, I loved it. That was like one of my favorite games that year. But I'm assuming it's like the backgrounds and stuff, and it's just like all encompassing around you as you're playing. So I was just mostly curious about this. It was dirt cheap. It was like $15. But the one that everyone like Rocket Sauce was telling me about, because I got this when we were out game hunting in Wisconsin, that apparently this is super hard to find now. And I randomly found it at one of the shops, and that's the Alan Wake remaster. Like the physical version. I did not realize this has been out for over a year.
Yeah.
I thought it recently came out like to help promote part 2.
Well,
so like I completely flaked on it. I had no idea. So I remember the last couple times I've tried looking for it on Amazon, it's not even like available to purchase on Amazon. You have to get it through like a seller. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then I saw it on the shelf for like $30, and I snapped it up. And Ryan's like, "Oh shit! Like, where'd you get that? Because this is like really hard to find now."
Cool.
My superpower of finding things I need on eBay is coming back, but in physical form. So pick that up.
Very good.
That's it.
Oh shit! Well, if you didn't see me talk about any of my games on my list yet, though some of those were pickups, but I'm not gonna go back and talk about those again. We've already done so. But a couple cheap grabs from my Walmart. Grabbed Sifu Vengeance Edition. It was on for, I can't remember what it was even on for, like 15. Really cheap, stupid cheap. I was like, oh, that's weird. They've got like a $40 game or something like in with like the cheap bin games. And then I scanned it and I was like, well, you're coming home with me. Maybe it was even $5. I don't remember. I just remember it being like, yeah, snatched up super quick. And then I saw this. I thought it was long gone. I own it on and the first one on Xbox One already, but I wanted them both on the PS4 originally. I just ended up finding them on Xbox because I didn't want to get one on one and one on the other. So I was like, yeah, they're easy to find on Xbox. But Divinity Original Sin 2. I keep wanting to play it, and I'm more likely to play it if it's on PlayStation, honestly, because I bring the PlayStation to work after getting fucked over on achievements, bringing Xbox to work because it needed to connect to the internet. So I've never brought it again since then. And also when it like destroyed my phone data for the month when it started upgrading Assassin's Creed Valhalla in the middle of the night, and I was like, cool, thanks. Yeah, I was just playing whatever. I think it was Resident
Oh, you use
Evil
your phone
Village.
as a hotspot?
Yeah, Resident Evil Village. For some reason, it was like, yeah, you gotta be connected to the internet to play this one-player game. And I was like, cool, thanks, appreciate that. And it was like, no big deal. I'm just being connected. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, update at 3 in the morning. I was like, and I just saw my phone go bloop bloop, like 2 texts right in a row, be like, you're almost out of data. You're fucking out of data, buddy. Within like 10 seconds, I was like, cool, man. So that sucked ass. But yeah, probably jump into this pretty soon. I was interested in this like right when they came out. I don't. Yeah, I just seen.
That's the one that you guys are saying was like Baldur's Gate 3, right?
Yeah,
Same guys.
Yeah, Mondane has been playing that prior to Baldur's Gate 3 coming out.
Yeah, like I said, I think they've had 2 since it came out, but I was like, I want to find 1. But I remember, I think when this is pre-COVID, I was looking for 1 on PS4, and the PS4 version was for some reason like 3-4 times the price of the Xbox one, so that's why I ended up
It's
just going fuck it, buy both on Xbox.
It's I haven't played it, but I know it's not on the level of 2. 2's like that huge jump up.
But
I think like it's pretty close in quality, but Baldur's Gate has, the 3 years of extra like community participatory development going on, a little bigger of a budget.
So yeah, I was happy to just grab that. It was super cheap too. That's one cool thing about my Walmart. Sometimes they're kind of shitty for what they get in, but then I'll just find really cheap shit. It'll have a label on it that says something, and then I'll just take it and scan it anyway. Be like, this has been here a while, and be like, wow, it's $1 sometimes, or it's $5 or $3. I'm always showing you guys shit, and you guys are like, what the fuck? Is there more? I'm like, well, I would have bought them out if I knew if there was more, like, and they were $1 or whatever.
Mine never. And anytime I see people like, oh, Walmart's having a thing, I'll go to my Walmart. It's like, no, it's like,
yeah, your Walmart.
My Walmart by my work. Every time I go to the video game section, everything is still regular price. There's never. Although I did get lucky, and I'm not going to spoil it. I found one thing on Black Friday there, but that's it. One thing in the last 3 years.
I can also agree, Church, that your Walmart sucks ass. If you remember the Ragnarok thing,
I was there.
Where I pre-ordered the Ragnarok PS5, and then they're like, "Oh, sorry, man, we were just like not gonna send it to you." So they gave me a credit, and I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll use it because it's only .com, which means I can only use it in the States." And I was coming back from Florida. I was like, "Perfect. I know there's that one right by Church's house, so I'll buy it there online. It says it's waiting there for you." And then I get there like an hour before they close, and they're like, "Oh, but like and it says like pick it up anytime before close on when I order it." And then it goes, yeah. They're like, "Oh, our online order thing closes at like 6 or 7." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, give me my, and then I was like, I'm not going home without Ragnarok. So I bought it again, and I really should have just made the trip back to your house and gave you the fucking receipt for that one. So then retroactively I could have just got the money back for the fucking other shit, but that would have been more running around bullshit for you. And I'm sorry you had to do that. I know that was a year ago, but I still apologize. Fuck that Walmart. Sorry about the rant. Fuck those motherfuckers. Anyway, so there's either absolutely nothing at our local Salvation Army, or I find amazing stuff. As in the past, I think the coolest thing I've ever found there was the Ark the Lad collection that looked like someone just took the plastic off it and put it directly in the donation bin at Salvation Army. Probably the coolest thing I ever found there, but I found some cool shit this week, and Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I went in and they just happened to have, I think it was 50% off their games, and the games are already cheap as hell. So I actually went back again yesterday and got some more, but I got Legacy Kane Soul Reaver. It again, I don't know who's like slowly donating their PlayStation collection, but just tell me where you live. I'll come pick them up. You don't even need to go to Salvation Army. It looks like literally like the case isn't even scuffed, like ridiculous. Then just another. I kind of just pick up any 360 game I don't have. Tropico 3. I don't really give a fuck.
I hear they're supposed to be good games.
Yeah, they're supposed to be good, but you know,
They're like the 3X.
I'm pretty sure I got it. I'm pretty sure I got it for. I'm pretty sure I got it for free on like Game Pass or something a while back.
4X.
And I just, or not Game Pass, the games with gold when they started doing. I think it was one of the first ones they did. Never tried it, but these next ones are much higher quality. We got Raiden Fighters Aces.
Yeah.
Excellent. I thought I was lucky to find that the first time I found it, so finding it again is even better because now I'm just going to sell it. And then Konami Classics Volume 1. Another game that's surprisingly pricey, but what a cool way to own Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, I got lucky when I found that at my local store.
Bunched with much better games like Frogger and Super C. I don't know. What a weird pairing.
Yeah.
I can't remember what Volume 2 was, but
I can go get it if you want. I have it in the other room.
Yeah, it's over there. I don't know. But
yeah.
Actually,
let me just look it up on my phone. I got it right here.
All cool doubles. Except for this one, like I said, Tropico I don't physically have. Cool to have. All right, now everyone's favorite part of the show.
Oh, you want to know?
But it's very condensed. Yeah, what's in there?
It's the original arcade version of Contra, Russian Attack, and Track and Field.
Yeah, what Track and Field even doing there? Might as well just been a 2-pack.
Yeah.
But speaking of 2-pack, Chris picked this up for me. But he picked me up the Thor and Destroyer Marvel Legends 2-pack, and this Destroyer figure is amazing. The Thor is like a bearded version of Thor, and he's got like a helmet faceplate. He's cool too, but Destroyer is easily the star of that. They cleared out a shit ton of stuff, and I felt bad, but I was bugging my bros to be like, "Hey, please go to Target."
That was when I got those 2 Dungeons and Dragons figures. Was when I did that for you.
All right, well then it worked out mutually. That's good.
Yeah,
I don't feel like such a moochy bum of a friend, but yeah, they put a shit ton of stuff on clearance, and I saw in my toy groups, everyone was just raving about how they were like picking up amazing stuff for like more than 50% off. Like I think this was a $70 set, and I think you picked it up for, was it $25 or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Like what the fuck? So I actually made the trip down to Virginia. Like I got the kids to school, I got my wife to work, and then just beelined it for the border and ran down to Virginia one day. And what a day it was, because I ended up buying like $300 worth of stuff. But when I like looked at the real price, it was like $900 worth of stuff. So I was like, awesome. And I was like, yeah, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm going on an expensive vacation next month, but fuck it. Moving on, I'm going with this kick-ass Iron Man from the Marvel Midnight Suns game. I really hope they put up more figures from this game, because I thought a lot of the designs for the different suits in the game were really cool. Same with like the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I really wish they would have done figures for that, because I thought some of those were like the coolest versions of those characters. But what are you gonna do? And we went and finished our Christmas shopping, and I saw this figure, and I meant to grab it, but I was too into like making sure my kids were getting what they want, and I kind of just totally spaced it. But then my friend went and picked it up, and these were going for like I think 50% off. But I got the Warrior Gamora figure from What If, where she's in her Thanos outfit with the Thanos blade. And I was like, yeah, I want it for my What If set, but at the same time I was like, yeah, I don't really need it that bad. But yeah, he got it, and he was just like, how about I wanted the Build-A-Figure part. I don't really want the figure. So I was like, so that was excellent. And then I finally made a light box for my Captain America and the Avengers sign I've had from the arcade game for like 3 years from the same friend that sold me Gamora. And that kind of lit a fire into my ass to buy a version of the villains that appear in that game, so I can kind of do a little display or maybe some like figure photography with that.
You'll be the one escaping.
So I picked up Claw, Ulysses Claw. Doesn't look anything like your boy. Yeah, it doesn't look anything like him from Black Panther movie. He's not going to die from one shot to the chest. But yeah, he was really cheap on eBay, and I snatched him up immediately. And then I also got
can't move.
And then I also got Whirlwind, so that's pretty cool. I had to cancel. Good thing I noticed in time, and I canceled it. But I actually got the Grim Reaper figure, where his arms a scythe and shit. He's one of the bosses on there, and I didn't realize that it was actually a smaller scale figure, but it said Marvel Legends because for a while they made them the same size as the Star Wars figures, the 3.75 inch ones. So luckily I was able to cancel that before it showed up because I was like, "Fuck, he's a little man." So, and then from the same wave as that Iron Man that just showed up, there's this cool newer version of Daredevil.
That's cool.
Where he's got like some like ninja pants on and shit, and he's got this cool double-sided blade staff. Awesome. Second favorite Daredevil I have now, easily. And I'm gonna put this one aside because I got some special shit to go with that guy. But I got it's kind of more before I got back into collecting the Legends, so I never really had a crack at this wave. But I got the Build-A-Figure of Ironmonger. You might remember him from Iron Man 1. He was the main bad guy. Awesome. And another figure that's needed to be out for so long, and I don't know how it took so long to have this version of it, but the tightest Blade figure of all time. I've got the other Blade that came out a few years ago in the Man-Thing wave, and he's pretty cool. But this is basically Wesley Snipes.
Hell yeah.
And I love it. So super happy. I'm pretty sure this is my favorite figure in the wave. I've got the rest under the tree for myself because every year at Christmas, my wife and I have an agreement that if I buy or pre-order some shit and it shows up in the mail, just don't even give it to me. Just let me know it showed up and then be like, you don't get it though. So
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah, exactly. And then I got two more figures, but I got something that goes with them too. So I got your boy in all his glory. I've got Taskmaster, the comic version, the much cooler version than the Black Widow movie. They kind of fucked that whole thing up. Could potentially still be a cool character, but yeah, one of the cooler Avengers villains. You can copy any fighting style he sees. And to go along with that, I also got the first appearance of Taskmaster in the comics. So I wanted this one for a long time. I found issue in like a really good grade for like there's no real damage at all to it. It's beautiful for the price I paid for it. So that was excellent. I think that lit a fire under my ass to get the figure. Actually, I got the comic a little while ago. And then while I'm on first appearances, spoiler, I picked this up while I was at Target, and they had them on the end cap for $7 or something. And I wasn't planning on buying this one because he's pretty similar to the Gambit that came out about 2 years ago. But for $7, I'd buy that for $1.
That is quite the quaff.
Yeah, he's so it's windy out.
That's a lot of product.
So yeah, he's more like he's more brighter colors to go with the X-Men 97 line, and to go with that, I got all right. So nerdy, debatable first, but this is the first cameo they say of Gambit, but he's in like pages and pages of this, so I wouldn't call that a cameo at all because he's actually talking to people. Usually cameos, like you see their their shoulder, and they're like, yeah, wait till they get a load of meat, kind of bullshit, and it sets up the next issue. But this one, he's like part of the story, so I wouldn't call that. Everyone calls this the first appearance, and god damn, this is beautiful, and I got it for an amazing price. This is my Christmas present to me. But the first appearance of Gambit. The only reason it's a debatable and why everyone calls this the first appearance of Gambit is because this was supposed to come out before this, but this ended up coming out like 2 months before. I don't know, something halted this being printed. No, I know you guys don't care. I don't know why I'm telling you, but I love Gambit, and
Awesome.
I couldn't say I got the first Gambit without having both of those at the same
We're just letting
time.
you geek out.
So I was so stoked on getting both of those for amazing price for the condition they're in. And then I got a couple other randoms that another one I just really wanted. There's nothing really significant about this one, but I love the cover on this one. It's Magneto saying,
Big
I did
picture of
it.
Magneto's dick.
I did it. I, Magneto, destroyed the X-Men, and the Avengers are next. So he's basically got all the X-Men knocked out at his feet, and the Avengers are coming to try and whip his ass. I was Magneto for Halloween, so I think that lit my a fire into my ass to get
Resonated
that.
with him.
Yeah, I needed that shit.
You're simpatico.
The last one, you might roll your eyes about this one, but this is the first Ezekiel Sims and Moreland. Ezekiel Sims, if you've seen the Madam Web trailer, the guy that looks like I don't know why they did that to him, but that guy that's in like the ugly Spider-Man outfit.
Yeah.
It's a character called Ezekiel Sims. He's in this, and Moreland I haven't heard anything yet, but I think he's going to end up being the bad guy. Basically it's a vampire that kills spider characters.
So the thing that was supposed to be in Across the Spider-Verse?
It's like a better Morbius. It's when it's really Morbin time. Yeah.
What's Morbin time?
He's effective, I'll say.
I just got Morbius in Marvel Snap.
Yeah. Sweet. I'm still playing the shit out of that game. I love it.
I play whenever I'm like at a restaurant by myself, like eating. I'll play while I'm sitting there.
Playing that between that and Marvel Strike Force, it's kind of like anytime I'm idling, I'll just check up on it. But yeah, I know I don't usually do comic pickups, but there's some significant ones. There's another one I put away already. I guess I'll just I'll have to show it next time. But it's another, I'd say, significant one. But yeah, I'm getting more into kind of collecting first appearances of figures I've got, because I kind of want to start doing like a first appearance Friday where I do the figure and the book side by side, kind of maybe actually do something with my Instagram or my Twitter or X.
TikTok, man.
Yeah.
Get millions of followers.
Maybe. But yeah, that's it. Sorry. I didn't just put you through the pain of the fucking figures, but some comics as well. But if you like comics, good for you.
Comics can be cool.
That also reminds me, I forgot to bring that Diablo comic I had for you. And I found it yesterday, and I was like, "Shit!" I knew I had something. I was trying to give you that extra Witcher comic I had, and then I was like, the whole time I had this Diablo one for him for like 4 months, and I fucking forgot. So apologies. But without any further ado, it's time for some backlog roulette, I think. Church, did you play your game from the last episode?
I believe it was
That's fun.
Was it Erica?
I think so.
And I did. I'm just double checking
How was
because I
it?
can't remember if I finished it at the end of the year or the beginning of the year. Well, let me check. I don't remember.
You
It
should.
was a long time ago, man. You asked me to remember something from a year?
Yeah, I know.
Here, hold on.
In the
Work them neurons!
No, Erica was last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it was a bit of a while. We've
Is it Martha's Dead?
maybe
That sounds like it might be it.
we've been spacing out the episodes, so I think there's only been like 6 episodes since then.
It's more like 4.
Yeah, I think it might have been
not
Martha's
trying to-
Dead.
Which
And
is weird.
I did.
Good. Well, you like it?
It was decent. It's kind of weird, kind of janky at times, but
Oh, yeah.
I liked it.
Sorry for the super long callback, but I know you've been on here before, and that's the first time we've been able to ask someone if
Yeah.
Well, every time we have him on, it's going to be a year previous, so
Yes.
Yeah.
he's got a year to play it, unlike us. Or
Which I play it pretty quickly after the episode.
Good. All right, Chris. I already know the answer.
yeah,
Wait until the last minute, buddy.
yeah, I usually do because I usually forget.
You had months.
But I got Wonderful 101 on the Wii U last time, and today I went to plug in my Wii U because it's been disconnected for years, and the battery for the gamepad is dead, and I need to go and buy a replacement. So you need the gamepad to play this game, so I could not do it. But I did play it when I first bought it,
Didn't
so
they
I do
remaster
have
that
memory
recently?
of playing it.
Yeah, they put it on the PS5, I think, or PS4.
PS4. I know they had it on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd rather play it on
I was like,
Wii.
nah. But I just remember it being kind of like a platformy beat 'em up kind of thing where you keep gathering more people to your team, and eventually you'll have like 101 people on your side,
That's
and
supposed
you
to be
can
pretty
create
cool.
you can create like forms together to fight. Like you'll create like a giant fist. I do remember becoming like an arrowhead of some sort at the beginning. But like I said, I played this when I first got my Wii U, and that was 2016. So it's been a while.
Okay.
But,
I played mine, and I was looking forward to it, but I'm not sure if it's just because the time that's passed, or if time's just not been kind. But I got Saw 2, Flesh and Blood, and I remember not exactly praising the game, but the first one, I liked it. It was enjoyable, like afternoon play of a game because it was like ridiculously short.
Mhm.
But the puzzles were decent, and they're just when it started to feel like, all right, it was like, oh, you're done. I was like, oh, nice. They didn't drag it on and start annoying me with stuff. So this one wasn't as fun. I didn't. Like I said, maybe it's just because it's like older now, but yeah, I didn't love it. It was okay, and some of the stuff from the first one was in there. There's a little bit more combat, I think, than I remember. I remember only killing like 4 people in the first one.
Yeah, and it's usually just like a one-hit kill kind of thing.
Yeah, you just have to get the jump on them. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was. But yeah, it was just kind of like quick time events, some little puzzles, and I just remember feeling kind of hollow this time. So, not as enjoyable, but whatever. It was fine.
Yeah, I remember the reviews for the second one being pretty piss poor compared to the first one.
Yeah. Well, now I can say I played it, and yeah, not the best. I mean, I remember reviews for the first one being poor.
They were bad, but they weren't like bad
I-
like the second one got.
And I think the way I judged it was because I didn't pay money for it. It was when Movie Gallery was still open, and it was a free rental for me. And it literally was just an afternoon game. I was like, oh yeah, if I paid $60 for this, I'd be like, fuck this game. I'd be mad. But because it was a free rental, I was just like, hell yeah, that was a fun afternoon. Just enjoyable, short and sweet. But yeah, it was. This one felt a little bit longer. This was a couple sessions, but not as fun as sessions. So, shit.
You finally got a bad one.
Yeah. So this podcast is over. Just kidding.
Yep. Because usually it's me that gets the bad ones.
Yeah, I usually enjoy. I have good things to say, and I have good things to say about the one before.
I'm not
this.
the Debbie Downer over here.
I'm not calling it a hidden gem or anything. Like I'm sure it's not that good. If I went and played it again, yeah, I'd be like. But it was easy achievements, and like I said, fun afternoon horror playthrough. But I'm not saying seek it out. But yeah, I'm sure it's a stupid price now for some reason. But yeah, the second one avoid, unfortunately. But maybe we'll find a cooler one.
Hopefully I can play this one.
Okay, let's roll for it. And what's Backlog Roulette, Chris?
It's a roulette for our backlog.
There you go. You take,
All you need to know, baby.
Yeah.
what is it, 1 to 36?
Yep.
And 0 and 00 on a list.
Well, they add
Oh.
000 now.
Well,
Yeah, update your game.
fuck you. I'll do
Did
what
you
I
know
want.
about that? Vegas has added a 000.
Really?
Yes.
They need to mail me a new sticker.
I need to
Oh,
make the-
shit.
I
and
need
a
to
new
call.
wheel.
I need to call Mega Man because he works at a casino now. So ask him, what's up with that?
What makes the odds like quite a bit worse for the players.
Fuck that then. We want good odds for good games. The 000 is probably like homework. Do homework for grade 12 math.
Have anal surgery.
From Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, get your list ready. Hope you're ready. Let's roll for it.
Sure.
Oh shit. Man, let's get this over with before I break this game. Again. Yeah. And we got 31. Let me know what you got when you got it. Calling up my list. 31. I got.
All right.
What'd you guys get? Chris already looks sad. Why'd you put it on your list, Chris?
Because I was looking around, I was like, oh, I haven't played that yet. I got Zardian on the Super Nintendo.
Ooh. That might be cool. I got that game from Nintendo. Sweet. What about you, Church?
I got Solstice on the PlayStation 5.
Neat.
Solstice. Oh, Solstice.
Kind of like a anime-ish Dark Souls-ish. I don't think it's like Dark Souls. I think it's more action.
Mhm.
Maybe like God of War-ish.
Like when you
Well,
said
it looked kinda
Solstice, I was
cool.
like, the NES game? Because I love that game.
That is a cool game. I got Red Faction 2.
I just bought Red Faction Gorilla on the PS3 today.
Sweet. I got that. That's the first one because the other one was Red Faction Armageddon or something, right?
It's Red Faction 1, 2, Gorilla, Armageddon.
Yeah. Because I got Gorilla for free. Speaking of movie gallery, but when Darksiders came out, it came with a little code and it said use it after like I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 months later. And I got the code out of it, and they didn't tell you what it was for, but you could pick from a couple of games, and they would just send you a game. So I ended up getting Red Faction Gorilla for free.
Ooh.
For not a game I bought, so that was cool. And then I ended up loving Darksiders too, so win-win. But I know I played through 1, but I've never played through 2, I don't think. So
Yeah, they're all fun.
that 2 for a while. I think I might have picked it up while game hunting with you, Church. I think I got it at I don't remember what the name of the store. You just drive me and then I'm there. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, so that's cool. And then I think I played a little bit of Gorilla, but I've never played Armageddon. But Armageddon I remember looking amazing.
Gorilla's awesome. Armageddon's good too.
I remember like the fully destructible
Yeah.
buildings.
I played the demo of Gorilla and I was like, I need to own this game.
Maybe that's what I played of it. Because I was like, because I think there was a choice of like 2 or 3 games. And I was like, which one should I get? And there was a demo of both. But I don't remember what the other one even was. But I was like, Gorilla is it. After I like collapsed a tower on some guys.
Yep. Just whack it with your hammer.
Yeah.
And,
So-
Armageddon's the one where you have that gun that'll disintegrate things and then rebuild them.
Yeah, I remember that because I think when I was going to do my record, I ended up ordering it with a bunch of other stuff that I used for the record because I thought maybe that'd be a potential. And then I tried, and there was no quick achievements for it. But yeah, maybe I'll keep going. Probably not though, because I never seem to have time anymore. But we'll remain hopeful. So, with all that done, I think it's about time we end this. It's quite late, and I work.
And it's the end of the year.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think of 2023? Okay. All right.
Couldn't keep up.
Yeah. I'm tired of everything being so
Cool.
goddamn expensive all the time. Everything. It's been been kind of hard to be a collector of anything these days. But
Yeah, I've definitely slowed down. Not on the movies, but on the games.
And just be more responsible.
Yeah, I've been waiting more. I used to just go, day one, I need to play it. Now I'm like, and I set like a price goal, like, oh, once that hits like $40, I'll grab it rather than 80, 60. I mean, I'm more likely to get one of those like budget games, that come out at like 50 or 40. But yeah, $90 is just a deal breaker for me on a lot of games. But
that is like a ridiculous price for a video game.
Yeah, especially when 2 gens ago, like 360. I remember there was the 360 PS3 generation. I remember seeing Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 in the case, and it was $70. And I was like, what the fuck? It's not even a collector's edition. And just laughed at it. It was like $70 because every other game was 60 at that time for us. And then I remember that game going down to $1, and I bought it out of the case for $1. I was like, haha, $70 game. See, no one will ever pay 70. And I'm like, oh, I wish games were cheap like back in.
I wish games are $70.
Yeah, instead of $80, $90. Even like, although I was like really tired of hearing about Tears of the Kingdom, I would have bought it by now. But being $90, I'm like, nah, wait till it's like 60.
And that's the reason why I haven't bought it either, because it's more expensive than your average Switch game.
Yeah, because usually 80 is for like the big titles on the Switch, and I'm like 90 even. Yeah, I got Link on my arm, and I'm still just like, I got so burnt out on like every reel and TikTok, like every other one around the weekend it came out. I was going to get it day one, but then I saw 90, and I was like, maybe I'll wait. After the weekend, I'll grab it. But then over the weekend, I saw so many TikToks and shit of people making like dick robots and shit. And I was just like, man, I'm actually like tired of hearing about it. So I was like, it's kind of like, it just reminded me of when Fallout 3 came out, and a guy fucking ruined it for me.
That's me with Mortal Kombat 1.
A guy ruined more. Like we were, a friend of ours was like selling comics, but I didn't know who was dropping these comics off at this place. But like once a week, just a pile of comics would show up, and it was on my way to work, so I'd stop in there every day, be like, any new comics? Fuck. And after a while, I found out who was doing it. And he's like, oh, maybe I'll just bring a whole bunch down one day, and a bunch of my friends, and I can just like go through it, and I'll just do like a big sale. So we're doing that, and it was right after Gears 2 and Fallout came out. So I was on Gears 2 hard, but I was stoked on Fallout. But no matter what we talked about during this like meetup hangout thing, which was like 2 hours, this guy could turn anything back to Fallout, to the point where like my other friend was playing it already too, but I was like hard on Gears 2 at that point, so I hadn't popped it in yet, and I was probably going to be playing it like the next day. But even my other friend, who's like, yeah, it's awesome at first, after a while he's like, you talk about something, he go, let me guess, that's like the power armor in Fallout, because he'd be like, oh man, I love this, I always liked this Iron Man suit or something, like while he's looking at a comic or something, and he go, let me guess, it's not as cool as the power armor from Fallout. Like, yeah, so I was like, he actually like buzz killed that so hard for me that the third DLC was out before I even popped it in my Xbox. I was like, and I still see that guy, and I told this story to my wife the other day. I'm like, I still hate that guy from like 2000, from like 2010 or whenever, like 2009, I think that came out, right? Yeah, I was like, I still hate that guy. Every time I see him, I'm like, fuck that guy. Because naturally, Fallout 3 is like one of my fucking favorite games, and Fallout's easily in like the top 3 franchises for me. I'm like, I would have been into that 6 months earlier if it wasn't for that fucking guy. And every time I see him, I just get mad again.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I saw him in the parking lot, and I was just like,
sure, ran him over.
Is it worth the jail time? would anyone even see? Would anyone even care?
Yeah, are there any security cameras in the area?
I explain myself, and the cops are like, oh, dude, I love Fallout. That would fucking piss me off too. But I got a gun. I would have just shot him. But yeah. So yeah, extra little story. But yeah, I don't like to be an edgelord and be like, oh, I don't like things because they're popular. But sometimes people can fucking ruin shit, even if it's something I'm stoked on. Anyway, this has been a great hangout. I miss you guys already, but I think it's time to call us an end of the show. Thanks for swinging by, Church.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for
Absolutely.
taking the time, Chris, on your vacation.
What else I got to do? I got time to hang with my bros.
You're like, that's the low point of the vacation, but it's all right.
Shut up.
All right, I appreciate you guys, and I
You shut your whore mouth.
Good thing my cord was held me up. I just about fell off my stool. But all right, thanks everyone for watching. If you watched this far, don't forget to hashtag Backlog Roulette if you're playing.
Cap it out,
off
bro.
your list. If you're playing a game off your list, anyone listening, please be motivated to do so. We love to see people playing shit, and we love enabling that. So feeling like we have a little part in that. So Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that bullshit. Can't wait till it's done. Can't wait till the season's over and I can just pay shit off and fucking forget about it for another 12 months. But always good to talk with my bros, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
See ya.
Hasta la vista, baby.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.